The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weed Studio. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene's alongside. Brian Haynes is here as well. We're hanging out late night here in the Wicked Weed Studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different, and we are here for the NFL schedule release. This is another sign football's close to coming back. Oh, yeah. I know it's only been a couple of months, but I'm ready for the season to begin again.
Left home looking for something new.
Oh, man.
So ready for fucking football.
It's going to be a long night, I can already tell.
It's going to be a fun evening.
Oh, yeah.
We are all very excited because we got a little bit of the taste this morning, and a certain game gave us a little bit of an excitement as the old New York Jets are going to be going to Charlotte and Bank of America Stadium, week 1 o'clock. I believe the Sportsocracy crew is going to be down there having a good old time.
Oh, yeah. Especially since there's no there's no Bucks game that weekend. So
Hey, Brian, just looking at the camera, you're gonna have to fucking deal with this.
Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go.
See, there's no light on my face.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's staring right at yours, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because
pretty fuck your feelings.
And you need to get more centered. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's centered with the hop. You know, we do have this thing in the middle of the screen that tells us when we're centered.
Yeah.
It's right behind no Bubble Umpkin here, which is why he looks like the emperor of the scheduled kingdom.
That's right. I sit high on my throne. I feel like I'm like one of those chicks at the with the wings painted on the wall. Have you seen people do that shit?
I'm in the front row and I got like giant eagle's wings. I'm wearing a tuxedo t-shirt.
Right.
I am hammered drunk.
I like to see my Jesus in a tuxedo t-shirt because, you know, it says not only am I here to do business, but I like to party as well.
That's right. We welcome everybody along the ride with us here in the Wicked Weed Studio for tonight's special NFL schedule release. Fire away your comments. Anything you want to talk about during the schedule release party, we are absolutely down. Yeah, Sam Darnold's going to get his opportunity. What?
Tweet your questions.
There you go. There you go.
Look at that.
Tweet your questions to @thesportsocracy. Yes, Kevin Vick in the comments says Sam Darnold gonna get his revenge on the New York Jets week 1, and I am right there with you, brother.
Yeah.
Not so fast, my friend.
Over or under the amount of time how long we can make it through the game after being there tailgating all morning long?
We'll make it to the end of the game.
I'll
The question is how pissed off Jeremy's going to be when they lose.
I don't believe it will be me that's so upset there, my portly friend. I believe it will be all those people wearing that color that you are currently adorning.
Don't worry, there'll be more Jets fans there than Panthers fans anyway, so.
Kevin Vick Memorial Bell.
Hey, you're the one that's not tethered. I need the Kevin Vick Memorial Bell.
Go. We're going to need that over the next 2 hours as we follow this path down the NFL schedule release.
Vick Memorial Bell, sir.
Thank you.
Yep.
The Jets are at the Carolina Panthers week 1. Obviously, season going to kick off with Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys down in Tampa on Thursday night, September the 9th.
And I got to tell you, I might have to be a Cowboys fan that evening because
Biggest one in
God
the world.
almighty.
I will be Jerry Jones Jr. that night.
No, I can't do that.
How about them Cowboys?
I would never, ever in my entire life, ever.
Pull for the Dallas Cowboys.
Ever.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. Under one circumstance.
What is that?
They play either one of your teams.
Is that right?
Because I'm not going to lie, I would pull for the Saudi national team if they played either one of your teams.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
that's very un-American, but that's all right.
That's brutal.
If you played at this point, after doing this for 6 months with you guys, if your teams played a team of serial killers, I would wear a Jeffrey Dahmer jersey.
Jesus.
Wow.
He'd wear a meat suit made of human flesh.
I mean, that's a deep-seated hatred.
Yeah,
Normally,
100%.
I only say those things about, Duke.
Yeah.
It's the only time I've ever used that joke.
Yeah. Yeah, like my two favorite teams are this and whoever's playing that. Yeah, those are my things.
Yeah, my favorite two teams are the Jets and whoever's playing the New England Patriots, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New York Giants, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, Cleveland Browns. Who else do I hate? Cincinnati Bengals, apparently Seattle Seahawks.
Basically the entire NFL.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Houston Texans.
Keep them coming. Let's go, hit the button.
Just all of them.
Good. Yes.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
It's like my favorite one.
It's too many screens away.
We're gonna need it. So
It's there now. It's too late to hit the button.
Yeah.
We'll use it later. The other Week 1 games that we're looking forward to in this NFL season, obviously.
Shit.
What?
Chuck G just became my best friend.
What'd he say?
He said, now I'm hoping for the Giants and the Bucs in the NFC Championship game. Right now!
Chuck, that's my man. That's my man right there.
I want anything but that. I don't care what two teams it is. I want not that.
Yeah.
Oh, because, I mean, as much fun as we got out of Brian's vitriol for the New York Giants, I just imagine, though, the other side of that.
Oh.
Like, I'm so glad I did not know you in 2007.
Oh, yeah, that would have been real bad. real bad.
How crazy did you get?
Things were broke.
Things were broken?
I mean, yeah.
What did you break?
Faces. No, I'm just joking.
Patrick Holt just said
fine.
6-minute eggs in the comments, and I have absolutely no idea what that means. Is that a sex thing?
6-minute eggs. You used to be 5-minute eggs, but no, I've come with 6-minute eggs.
Is that a sex thing?
I have no idea.
I have no clue.
I'm completely clueless as to what that means. The game that I've just been drunk on all day, the Chargers and the Washington football team. I think that's going to be a phenomenal game. To have that defense going up against that offense for the Los Angeles Chargers, I'm really drunk on that game.
Yeah, I was telling you guys earlier, I think it's going to be one hell of a test for the Chargers' newly formed offensive line going against the best pass rush in the entire NFL. Baptism by fire, so to speak, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
But
it's not like they're all rookies.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have Rashawn Slater, who's a rookie, and
Yeah.
he's going to have his work cut out for him against Montez Sweat and Chase Young, whichever one of the two of them he ends up facing.
Oh, I understand the 6-minute egg thing.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's my wife made ramen, and she posted a picture of it, and it looked
Fucking
it looked
delicious.
divine, to be honest with you. I ate chili out of a coffee cup, so there's that. And that's just for you. That's how much I care about you.
Chargers Washington football team.
Yep, those are two football teams.
Oh, come
They're
on,
going to
man.
play a game in
It's going
September.
to be a really long 2 hours if you're going to play this game.
100%.
So fired up about the Panthers-Jets game and everything else.
Everything
shit.
else is the shit.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I was super excited when I saw indeed. Comments. I love the comments. Gotta love you people. I don't remember what the hell I was going to say. Oh, I do. I remember now. I got super excited when I saw we played the Carolina Panthers week 1. Mm-hmm. And the number 2 thing I was excited about was getting in the booth, in the DJ booth at the Atlanta Falcons Stadium, and we're playing the game in friggin' London.
Yeah. That was,
Oh, and by the way, it's at 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
yeah.
That's a great idea. Hey, I feel like that's like 8 o'clock classes in college. What, are you trying to keep this a fucking secret?
Yeah.
It
If
actually
you wanted
is a
me to
great
know,
idea.
you'd played it at a
They
time, but I
have
might
the
be
one
awake.
where it's always like that so that they rule the entire day.
I love the London
I mean,
games.
is it
I'll
gonna
be
be on
sure you
anything
do.
other than freaking
I'm
Yahoo
sure you
this
do.
year? 'Cause
And
that-
you know why you love the 9:30 games? Because you don't go out on a Saturday night and eat 46 Wicked Wheat beers
This is true.
and miss the first 3 quarters of the game like I did the last time we played in London.
Very true.
Well,
Do not do that. I am the more responsible of the three, I think.
100%.
So,
but we have more fun.
That's like saying you're the most likely kid to not burn themselves with a lighter. Duh. Because he and I'd be sitting here trying to burn each other.
Yeah.
that is very true.
Burn it down.
So I got to be honest.
Yes.
I always said I will never lie to my audience, and I will never do so. I've asked this question at least 3 times before we went on the air, and I still have not gotten an answer for it.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask it on the air and see if Jeremy will roll with me here and tell me what the fuck is about to happen. Because to be honest with you, in all my years of watching the NFL, I have never watched the NFL schedule release. It's always one of those things you know, they post it on the internet. You just go back and see it later.
Well, we're
one-stop shop. So
listen.
Well, exactly. So
we're
what
here.
is about to happen tonight?
Well, here. All right. Here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a series of people sitting socially distanced apart that are going to receive the NFL.
There they are.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, at least 7.5 feet.
Yeah, because you know what?
Because one hot chick
ain't
and then several other dumb dudes.
Well, here's the thing. Because 8 feet apart, you're fine. At 6 feet, we're all going to die. Anyway, well, here's what's about to happen. The schedule is going to be handed to them. They will go through it, and every different network is different.
Yeah.
They usually start with the primetime games. So you'll be able to see the schedule. What you're going to start with is the shit you already know.
Yeah.
Week 1, the primetime games, and all of that.
Yeah.
Kevin Vick asked how much is the Patreon to become an official Panther contributor and score a media pass. We'll let you know. The call's been made. It hasn't been returned, but the call's been made.
Yeah,
It'll be returned.
We should
They have other things to
everybody
worry
in
about
this
today.
area. Anybody in this area, in our viewing area, that can make it to Charlotte for that week 1, I think we should do this and make this a huge outing. It should be a lot of
100%.
fun.
Speaking of our Patreon, phenomenal.
It's got all the toys.
I do. This is what happens when I have a couple free hours just sitting around waiting for the shit to start.
Patreon's logo seems like it could use a little bit of work.
Well, there's a line on the other side. You just can't see it on that tiny ass screen. See, because here's the thing. You know why we have a Patreon? Because we need a bigger television in the Wicked
right.
Weed studio.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He pulled it up on the screen earlier today, and the half of the line was cut off, and all I could see was the circle and the line, and I thought, that's a big goddamn Pong game. What's going on here?
Oh, I can see that.
Join the Patreon team. We appreciate everybody who has already done so. Of course, our founding father already, the first founding father of the Sportsocracy, Patrick Holt.
Bam! There it is. What up? You got your own credit?
Yep, coming up in that big slot, and supporting the show.
Yep.
And we realize everybody can't do this, and that's fine. But we love the fact that some of you have taken the opportunity already to support what we do, help us grow here.
Yep.
Scott Cutshaw, Kevin Vick,
Bam! They have their own credit too.
Justin Parker.
Buttons, bitches.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Bam! We have buttons. Wow! What up?
Yeah.
It's like he's doing a magic trick.
I am doing a magic trick.
I don't think I've ever seen you get so much enjoyment out of playing with the cameras before.
Yeah, I do it every day. It's just I don't usually have 4 beers in me and think it's so amusing.
It looks as if the schedule's been released here, guys.
The schedule has already been released. All the teams started releasing their schedules 15 minutes ago.
Oh, really?
At 7:45, every team went online and put up all of their schedules, according to what I was reading earlier. I've been seeing the tweets roll in. Let's see here. Here's the Kansas City Chiefs full schedule.
All right.
Everybody's posting them out right now.
Hot. Well, I'm on Twitter. You tell me who we need to start with. Because, see, I have buttons.
Well, the first one on the Twitter feed here is the Kansas City Chiefs.
But
I'm interested in the first game of the season with the Chiefs and the Browns. I thought that was an interesting game.
Yeah.
Definitely 2 teams that we could see battling for the AFC supremacy at the end of the year. I think it was probably a bad draw for the Browns to get the Chiefs week 1. But, if they're going to do anything, let's, bring it on home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think what I want to know is who the Kansas City Chiefs pissed off in the NFL front office, because their schedule starts out with the Cleveland Browns, then they get the Baltimore Ravens in week 2 on Sunday Night Football, and then they got to play the LA Chargers. That's a hell of a 3-game stretch to start out the season.
It's aggressive, that's for sure.
And they are at Baltimore for that, by the way. So they're at home against Cleveland, at Baltimore, and then at home against the LA Chargers. Then they get a tiny let up with the Philadelphia Eagles in week 4 on the road. And then they host the Buffalo Bills. Then they go on the road for a 2-game stretch against the Washington football team and the Tennessee Titans.
Huzzah!
What the? Oh, nice.
Whoa. Carolina Panthers. We're going
I
big.
like that.
Buttons, bitches.
We're going
I
big.
got buttons.
I like that.
Especially
Oh, we're going to do this with every team.
Especially because it covers up the fat guy in the middle.
Yeah, it leaves me and Brian, and then Tank is perfectly cut out. Here's the thing. Doing this way, I have no way to size these graphics.
Yep.
So whatever the social media department did, that's what we're going to go
That's
with.
what's going to pop up on the
Yep.
screen. Okay.
I have to admit, looking at Carolina's schedule, you start really nicely. Saints, Texans, that's about as good as it gets. And then, Cowboys, Eagles, Vikings, Giants, Falcons, Patriots. That should be a 5-3 football team after week 9. But then bad shit happens.
Then bad shit.
But then the bad shit happens, and they may not win but 2 more games the rest of the year.
Eek.
And I really hate to break Panthers fans' hearts, but that's probably exactly how that's going to go. I mean, in all honesty, I'm looking at this schedule, I'm almost ready to make a win-loss judgment.
Win, loss, win. 4-1.
I mean, I'm just looking at it going, all right, I think you're going to lose to the Jets. Because I think it's easier to learn the Shanahan offense than it is the Joe Brady offense.
Okay.
It's not really a judgment of which team I think is better.
Right.
It's a judgment of how quick you're going to assimilate to the offense. Bear in mind, I just watched 3 years of Sam Darnold, so I know where the bodies are buried. I know the limitations.
Yeah.
But let's say you win that. I think you'll beat the Saints, you'll beat the Texans, if you win the first game against the Jets, you're 3-0 going into Dallas. Probably lose that one, beat Philly, lose to Minnesota, beat the Giants and the Falcons and the Patriots.
I mean, that's a real good start.
Now
to the
you're a
season.
borderline playoff team. Almost no matter what happens, you're a borderline
Then
playoff
you have a
team.
rough 3-game stretch going into your
And
bye
then
week.
it gets really ugly in a hurry.
But then you come out of the bye week with another Falcons game, and then Buffalo, Tampa, back-to-back. It does not help the Panthers are playing Tampa Bay 2 of the last 3 weeks of the season.
No, and that's well. Here's the thing: you say that, but I don't know that you're right.
Well, because
that actually could be a benefit because Tampa Bay could already have the division
so
sewn
that
up.
last game of the season, they could just be like,
That
"How
last
was
game
it?"
of the season is not going to mean shit
Yeah.
to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So
And
I mean,
that's
you
just
could
still
be
fighting
seeing
for home field advantage or something.
you could be seeing a quarter of Tom Terrific and then
Yeah.
3/4 of
Kyle
Brian
Trask.
Griffin or Kyle Trask
Blaine Gabbert.
or oh my God,
Wait.
how many freaking quarterbacks do you have?
I know.
Yeah, we've got a few.
That's a lot.
We got quite a few.
Can we have one of those? We need one that's
although-
actually taking a snap. At
Although,
somebody.
can I just say,
Oh,
I'm excited now because I just noticed. Merry fucking Christmas to me.
are you excited though? Because
Day after Christmas,
So-
I'm going to be in Charlotte for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
did you also just see that their Buccaneers have 5 primetime games, which means old Tommy falls asleep at fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's fine.
Not good.
That's fine. He proved that he's over that in the
Is that
in
right?
the postseason. So
Well,
I think we'll be fine. It's gonna be okay.
should we go basically try to do like team for team per division? Is that what we should do here? Should we try to have some
In the comments, let us know how you would like us to do this.
Yeah,
You want us to
some
go
sort
team by
of
team, week by week?
like whoever you guys want to do? Let's go it that way. First person to put their team in the comments, we'll go ahead and we'll do them. How about that?
Bam!
Let's finish it out here with the Kansas City Chiefs, since I got through half of the schedule.
Yeah.
Already. That's a rough stretch. It's a very rough stretch for the first 7 weeks of the season. They're going to have to play what I believe is 6 playoff teams in the first 7 weeks. Then after that, they get the Giants at home, Packers at home. Oof. Raiders, Cowboys, the bye in Week 12. Then they get the Broncos and the Raiders. Chargers, Steelers, Bengals, Broncos. So the back
Go Chargers, go!
The back half of the Kansas City Chiefs schedule doesn't look too daunting. But the fact that they've been loaded up in the first 7 weeks of the year, that is
I mean,
not
4
good.
of their first 5 games are against the Browns, the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Bills.
Yep.
Then they go to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a really tough 7-game stretch. The only, no doubt winner of that is the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is going to be tough game.
They're going to beat your go Chargers go too.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm putting a little. I think my like for the Chargers is becoming a little bit apparent here because I really enjoy them.
That's fine.
They might be my favorite AFC team this year. Mm-hmm. I like to choose an AFC team every year that I kind of root for, and the Go Chargers go seem to be fitting the mold right there pretty well.
God.
I love that he was the only one on screen for that too because we were blocked off by the graphic.
Oh, nice. That worked out well.
I'm going to try to alternate those. Unfortunately for Tank, they all seem to be very large. And I cannot size them with the program that I'm using.
It's fine. It just improves the quality of the video here. Wow, yeah, 5 primetime games for. Well, I mean, once you become the Super Bowl champions, you have to be on primetime. It's what Tom Brady does for you.
Patrick Holt would like to see the Washington, and considering he's a founding father, I think we should be doing that.
Done. It will take me as long as it takes me to search whatever they call themselves now.
Don't worry, Matthew. We'll get to the Chargers for sure.
100%.
Washington football team.
And found it.
All right, so the Washington football team obviously going to start out the season. Where's their home? Against the.
Yeah, they.
Against the who? Go Chargers, go!
Oh,
give it to me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Go Chargers, go!
You got to be quicker on the draw there. Then Week 2, the Washington football team will be staying at home against the New York Giants.
And that's going to be a Thursday night football game, folks, which we should probably be watching live from the Wicked Weed studio.
Which, I mean, that's 2 winnable games to start out the season. Then you got the Buffalo Bills on the road. Sorry about your luck. Go to Atlanta. And then you got the New Orleans Saints. I mean, that's a 4-1 start for me. Kansas City Chiefs come in. Green Bay Packers.
Gonna be a great game.
I mean,
Packers, we have no idea what's going to go happen. I mean, you can't even make a futures bet on the Green Bay Packers right now in Vegas. They've shut it down.
Yeah.
They just said, we're not allowing that to happen because we have zero idea if he's going to be there. So,
I have the Washington football team at 10-7.
At 10-7.
First glance, I haven't gone all the way through it. I've got them at 10-7. And that's what you're going to get from this show. It's first glance. We will be doing team-by-team videos. And joined by Creepy Shotgun.
Dead center. Oh, my God. Look at that guy.
It worked out too well. Somebody's calling me.
Nice. Nice. We're live in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.
Can't answer. It doesn't work that way.
I'm looking at the walk.
Although that could go on our Patreon.
Yeah.
You call Jeremy in the middle of the show, he'll just have a full-on fucking speakerphone conversation.
Yeah, that will definitely work. I'm looking at this thing, so I'm going to say Chargers, they're going to win week 1. Giants, they'll definitely win. Buffalo, that's a loss, 1 loss. Atlanta win, Saints win, Chiefs loss. Packers, I'm going to say loss. win against Broncos, loss against the Buccaneers, win against the Panthers, win against the Seahawks, win against the Raiders, loss against the Cowboys, win against the Eagles, win against the Cowboys, win against the Eagles, win against the Giants. This team could be.
You got them 12-5.
I think Brian had him 17-0. I don't think I heard a loss in there.
Because I know there's always splits in the division, a lot of splits in the division. So I'm going to say that 10 to 12 win range for sure.
I did my my pre-schedule run through. I had them at 12-5.
I had them at 10-7.
Because I think their defense is just going to be so ferocious and I trust Ryan Fitzpatrick. I love the weapons that they have put around Ryan Fitzpatrick for him to be successful for this year. And the way the schedule lays out, I think it's very favorable for them. I mean, I could see them maybe. I mean, you could convince me 10-7, 11-6. Because the more I look at it, that second go around at the Cowboys in Week 16 could be a problem.
I had them splitting with the Cowboys. I had them sweeping the Giants and the Eagles. I've got a loss in either Carolina or Vegas that probably neither of you had because those are both away. They're in a 2-week period.
And I'm going to continue my staunch path that the Raiders are going to be terrible this year.
Well, Kyrie Irving still thinks the earth is flat, and some people don't think. Some people don't think Tank currently looks like Shad Khan. So
yeah.
I would kill you, Mr. Bond. I would come. I would come for everyone you ever cared for.
Good grief.
All right, you want to give me a heads up of what team we're going to? Hold on. I want to let the loyal patronage. Next team. I've had 3 people say Giants, so we're going. Giants is going.
God, here we go.
Oh, right. I want to see Brian. I mean, Brian, you're not allowed to look.
No, I'm not. I'm not allowed to look. Okay.
No.
Okay.
You're not allowed to look until it goes on the screen.
Okay.
And then we're going to cut us. Then I'm going to cut me and Tank out.
Okay.
God, why is your team so freaking lame? And they have the longest damn schedule in the history of creation.
We have a GM who I want to set on fire.
When I looked at this before seeing the schedule, I had the Giants at 10-7 yesterday.
And I proceeded to give you a hug because I was pretty happy with that.
And then I changed it.
Oh, you did.
I'm sorry. I knocked him down to 9.
That virus called Jeremy Greene got into your head and you knocked it down.
No, it's as I was going through.
God damn you.
As I was going through each team, like I had some teams, I found myself having to like manufacture losses for.
Okay.
There were a couple of teams that I looked at and I go, this team is better than everyone else on their schedule. But we just have to guess that they're going to lose some of these big games. Those teams were the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think that was about it.
Oh, here we go. I'm looking on the screen, which definitely I can't see.
Yeah, just go ahead and pull it up on your screen. You're allowed to look now.
Open up week 1 at home against the Denver Broncos, away at the Washington football team.
Loss.
You got home against the Falcons.
Win.
Away against the New Orleans Saints.
Win.
Then you're at the Cowboys.
At Cowboys is probably a loss.
Home against the LA Rams.
That's a loss.
Home to the Panthers.
We're going to beat them at home.
Loss.
No.
You got the Kansas City Chiefs on the road at Arrowhead.
Definitely a loss.
Definitely a loss on Monday Night Football in Week 8, so we'll mark the calendar for that one.
Should be a good one.
Sunday, Week 9, you're at home against the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's definitely a win.
Then you're at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on November the 22nd.
Mick.
Yes, it will be. November the 28th, home against the Eagles.
Win.
Then you go on a 2-game road trip. You go to Miami.
Loss.
And then you go to the LA Chargers.
Loss.
Thank you. And then you're home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Win.
Another 2-game stretch on the road at the Eagles.
Win.
At the Bears.
Win.
And then the Washington football team to close out the season at home.
Loss. God damn it. It's 8 and 9.
Okay.
I had you 7 and 10. I had you pulling the bowling split at 7 and 10, Bob.
Listen, if you were to tell me that 8 and 9 and Daniel Jones played well, we improved in other positions where maybe Daniel Jones didn't turn the ball over a ton of times. Maybe, we're just still figuring out a defense. We're still working on some things. We go 8 and 9 and that happens, I'd be pretty happy. Now, if we're 8 and 9 and we go on because we're very talented and we lose a lot of games because Daniel Jones puts the ball on the ground a lot,
right,
and all these things in the third year, which is pretty much his make or break year, then we could probably see massive hemorrhages of my brain. I will still root for them every game as if it was the Super Bowl,
right?
Because that's what I do. And but that was really tough for me to go through that and say so many losses. I didn't like that at all.
So if you're 8 and 9 and Daniel Jones is improving, you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What if what happens is what I think happens?
Okay.
And that's that you go 7 and 10, and Daniel Jones is a big bag of Winkies.
That's going to be the worst case. Weird salads.
That is firmly what I believe is going to happen.
That's going to be really bad. That's going to be worst case scenario because then again we're in that nowhere land of what are we going to do? Not that there's any freaking quarterbacks in the draft next year, anyways.
Tyler Shuck.
Oh, Tyler shucking my asshole. I mean,
I want you to have a quarterback whose last name rhymes with fuck. Frankly, I think that could be great for content for the next 3 to 4 years.
I'll probably have a lot of that going on.
It could be. However, I'm pulling for Spencer Rattler.
Yeah. Oh, God, please, no. God, no. God, no. 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 God, no. Not Spencer Rattler. No. God, I hate that guy. I'm tired of this. Everybody that plays quarterback in Oklahoma can play in the NFL.
Because they're batting they're batting a less than ideal percentage.
Yeah, I'm real tired of it. Yeah, they're really good college quarterbacks.
Patrick Holt says the Giants still find a way to go 8-1.
Yeah.
Just so you don't know what this team is.
That's going to be 500.
The question
did that
to me
brings
is,
them down under 500 with the tie, doesn't it? Or does it bring them above?
No, the tie is a net neutral.
Okay.
I'll take the Giants for 500, Alex.
Yes.
in your scenarios, so if they go 8 and 9, or they go 7 and 10, does David Gettleman get to keep his job?
No.
Not a chance in hell.
Okay.
Not when Kadarius Toney is a bag of nutsack, and every player that was drafted, and Elijah Moore winds up in the Pro Bowl.
Yep. Across the way, across the hall, at MetLife Stadium for the New York Football Jets. God damn it.
So 7 and 10. It's Eric Miller says 7 and 10. Daniel Jones sucks, and Saquon gets a $20 million contract.
Yep. All right, next team in the comments.
That's pretty much it.
That was terrible to say.
Next team in the comments. And now we wait. We wait for the delay. And while we do that, why don't you hand me another one of them cold beverages?
Is it neat, or has Matthew Stafford lost years of his life ever since he decided to go to L.A.?
Have you ever been to Detroit, brother? That whole fucking city is just cold and...
Yeah. Matthew Stafford looks like he's about 23 years old and ready to take
just take no prisoners.
He's got a very beautiful wife, and I have to imagine that she is probably dragging him to every big function in Hollywood these days. So he had to go, get spruced up a little bit.
Chuck G, we have a winner. Give me just a second to pull the graphic.
Oh, he wants to hear about the name.
I'm interested to see what you have to say, because honestly, I think our good friend Jeremy Greene could be looking through some rose-colored glasses.
You want to know what I think about the 2021 AFC East champion, New York Jets?
Oh, God.
Stop that.
Stop it.
Stop that. You're going to be, at best, the third best team in this division. And you know it. Don't try to play.
I'm going to disagree.
Come on.
I haven't even seen the damn
You
schedule.
guys
Can
are
I
not-
pull the damn schedule up first?
Come on. You can't even go into it thinking that you guys are anywhere close to being better than the Miami Dolphins.
I can do whatever the hell I want to
Well,
do.
that's true.
true.
Chuck E. Cheese.
You can do whatever you want.
Chuck E.
Whatever you
Cheese
wish
and that
to.
damn giraffe from Toys R Us said, I don't ever have to grow up, so you can kiss my ass. Jeffrey, that's a stupid name.
Well, I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with.
Wow.
John Legend singing that song is still one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, the Jamie Foxx thing from Fallon. That was hilarious. The Jets, I originally had them pegged at 8 and 9 on the season.
All right.
So let's run through it.
And Kazaa! Oh, it didn't work. Do it again. Bah!
There it goes.
All right, this time we're leaving me on the screen.
All right,
Good
so we
idea.
got September the 12th. You'll be at the Carolina Panthers.
Loss.
Then you have the New England Patriots
Win.
at home. Then you're at the Denver Broncos.
Tall ass going all the way West Coast, so I'll say loss.
Okay. Tennessee Titans at home.
Loss.
Atlanta Falcons on the road.
Win.
That's the London game. You gonna win that? Okay. Then you have the bye week coming
gotta
off.
win.
Coming off the bye, you go to the New England Patriots.
Win again.
Cincinnati Bengals at home.
Win.
At the Indianapolis Colts.
Loss.
Bills at home.
Loss.
Miami Dolphins at home.
Loss.
At the Houston Texans.
Win.
Home against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Win.
Home against the Saints.
Win.
At the Dolphins.
Loss.
December 18th or 19th?
Yeah, we haven't decided yet.
Weird.
That is weird. At home against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Win.
At home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Loss.
And then at the Buffalo Bills.
I will say they have the division clinched. They don't play Josh Allen, and it's win.
Okay.
9-8.
Okay.
9-8, and I'll be honest with you, there were a couple games that I could have gone the other way.
I actually
Easily.
had like 8 losses too. Let's talk about how
Easy the schedule
their
is?
schedule
Yeah,
is.
it's ridiculously easy.
That stretch where they play. Okay, here it is. They play after they play a tough 3-game stretch of the Colts, Bills, Dolphins. They play the Texans, the Eagles, and the Saints.
3 of the 5 worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, and then they get another game against the Dolphins, and then they're at the Jaguars. I mean, in the game before the Colts, they play the Bengals. So in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game stretch, they play 2 teams, 3 teams that they can beat that are a lot tougher. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. In a 9 game stretch, 6 of those 9 games should be winnable games.
Uh-huh.
And that's a huge increase in wins already.
Yep.
So
I see no path that they're not markedly better.
I could.
Then they
They're
were.
going to be hovering around. They're from that 7 to 9 win area.
Yes.
Either 7 wins or 9 wins, because you can't win 8. Or yeah, you can. 7, 8, 9. You can do that. Yeah. I'm gonna say 7, 8, or 9 wins.
7, 8, or 9. That's a nice little window.
Instant analysis. Thanks, Dale.
That's bang up job there, Brian.
I'm gonna stick with my original prediction of 8 and 9. However, I think that window can go up.
And I'm going to be honest with you, 8 and 9, in. You tell me we win 8, 9, or 10 games this season, fucking in. Or 7.
Right.
You tell me we're anywhere in that window. I'm all the way in.
You're in for mediocrity, which you always scream against.
In the first year of a quarterback that played at BYU,
But when you have
and had 1 win against a team that had a winning record,
you have lots of
or had
picks
won
next
10
year.
games.
You have lots of picks next year. Wouldn't you rather be really bad again next year so that you can use those picks higher?
No, because this is a new culture. This is a new quarterback.
Okay.
I don't want to breed losing.
Okay.
I want Zach Wilson to come in and understand how to win.
And I think
if I want him to learn anything this year,
Yeah.
it's how to be a quarterback in the NFL, how to conduct yourself, how to carry your business, and learn how to win football games.
Yeah.
That is the best thing that can happen this year. I'm not delusional enough to say the Jets are going to go 11-6 and make the playoffs, because they're not.
Yeah,
It's not going to happen.
And Joe Douglas has proven he can draft from whatever freaking position he wants to.
But I will say
Yeah.
this. You look at the Jets the day that Joe Douglas took his team over, and you look at them now, and there's a night and day difference.
Absolutely.
And I look at the Jets and say there's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing it. If Zach Wilson's the answer at quarterback, then you're in a great place. Frank Markopoulos said the Seahawks.
Yep.
Good call, because that's the team I already pulled.
Yep. Eric Miller wanted to know, can we pull 10 wins out of the Seattle Seahawks? And
you're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
Before seeing the schedule,
I've seen it.
I can't get on board with that. I did my prognostications pre-schedule.
Oh, no, hold on. 7. Oh, just wait. Oh, it's so bad. This is the worst one I've seen yet by a mile.
Okay.
Let's go through this. I'm going to let you count them, and then I'll tell you what my number is. Week 1 at the Colts.
Loss.
Titans.
Loss.
At the Vikings.
That's a win.
I'm going to say loss. I'm with Brian.
At Vikings, yeah.
At the 49ers.
Loss.
Rams.
Loss.
At the Steelers.
Win.
I'm going to say loss. Pittsburgh's a hard place to play.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I get T.J. Watt and whoever the hell else they're using is on the other side of T.J. Watt against that line.
Yeah.
T.J. Watt will be defended by Brandon Shell.
Oh.
Yep, I think that's going to be a loss. Good news for you Seahawks fans. There's a couple wins coming. Saints, Jaguars.
Yep.
It's 2 wins.
Yep.
I swear to God, I'm not making this up. At the Packers, Cardinals, at the Washington football team, 49ers. That's 4 freaking losses in a row, and it is no doubt in my mind.
Oof.
Yeah.
Do you realize that I am currently at 2 and
8.
10? I'm at 2 and 10 right now, and I can't see more than 2 of these being wins. Rose-colored glasses, as much as I can be, it's 4 and 8.
Whoa.
I mean, you tell me who they're going to beat. You're telling me they're going to beat San Francisco in San Francisco?
It's a really tough schedule. And again, we talked about this. That division is so tough. They are easily the last team in that division that, God almighty, I can't even talk right now. They're the worst team in that division.
Yeah, if everybody stays healthy, they are absolutely the worst team in that division. And
100%.
And it's not even close.
Not even close.
I'm not giving you the Vikings on the road. I'm not giving you the Steelers on the road. I think both of those.
So you're telling me they're
going to
go into Pittsburgh with that line and beat Pittsburgh?
They're very
out of your
Minnesota and win that game.
mind.
Minnesota's a tough place to play as well.
Minnesota. All right, I'll give you Minnesota. I'll lay back and give you Minnesota. You're out of your gourd talking about Pittsburgh. That's almost as ridiculous as what you said about the Falcons beating Green Bay in Green Bay last year.
What week is the Pittsburgh game?
If I just keep saying, will it finally come to me?
I don't know. Come up there.
Week 6.
That's probably before Ben's arm fall off, so yes, that's going to be a loss.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
You're going to have Ben against that secondary with that pass rush in Pittsburgh. No doubt that's a loss.
Okay. Then they go at the Texans, which is a win. Then they got at the Rams, loss. Then they play the Bears, Lions back-to-back. They could win those games.
Oh, what did I miss?
Frank just blew a skyrocket in there. Jets win 10 games and get a first-round pick in the top 5. Jamal Adams.
Oh, hold on. I got it. Oh, I just want to hug myself. It feels so good about it.
I'd forgotten that the Seattle was going to be the pick that the extra pick they got.
It ain't going to be in the top 5.
So, well, I mean,
I'm going to agree it won't be in the top 5. I won't be shots in the top 10.
It'll absolutely be in the top 10.
I won't be shots in the top 10. That's the one. I'll be honest with you. I've done this for a long time. He said, I've never watched the schedule release. I've watched it every year that this has been a thing.
Really?
That might be the worst schedule I've ever seen.
that's a tough schedule.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how it could have gotten any better.
Yeah.
You play 4 teams that are worse than you all year long.
Yeah.
And they're clustered off in 2 at a time.
Yeah.
I don't know how it could have been any better.
And Russell Wilson is good enough to pull out some wins on his own in a couple of those weeks.
Yes, he
but
is.
we're still looking at
7 and 10.
You're still looking at looking
7 and 10, and I'll be honest with you, there's 3 of these games that I'm just going, I don't know how in the hell you're going to win this.
that's tough.
I have no clue how you're going to win this.
tough.
Russell Wilson.
Well, that we've just talked about that.
Yeah.
He's
got to do it by himself.
But that's what I'm saying. That's Russell Wilson can't do it by himself.
There's 4 guaranteed wins, and then Russell Wilson's good for 3 wins.
I hope he can fly because he's going to have to.
Yeah.
Pre-schedule, I had him at 7 and 10. And that really doesn't change my
Eric
mind.
Miller, I love you so much, but I really do. I think the world of you, but I'm gonna need you to explain to me. Let me verify this before I say
What
it.
did he say?
The Titans do come to Seattle.
Yeah.
I just don't see how you're gonna stop Derrick Henry. I don't. I look at that defense and how it's been just gutted over the years, and I don't see how you're gonna stop him. I feel like they're going to do anything they want to do, anytime they want to.
Yep.
And it just, I don't know, it seemed like they just sat on their laurels during free agency. It's not like they had a ton of draft picks. I really thought this was a team that was going to try to make a huge splash in the offseason because they didn't have
And Eric Miller
picks.
just said it. I mean, this is a Seahawks fan. He just said, I see 7-10, we trade Russell and rebuild.
Yep.
I think that's exactly where this is headed.
Yeah.
I do. I think that's exactly where this is headed. Because next year, Russell Wilson's going to be steak tartare. Because there is absolutely nobody that you can feel good about sliding into a spot, in my opinion, outside of Sam Howell. You know, I know some of these other analysts have Tyler Shuck and Malik
Willis.
Malik Willis from Liberty, Keaton Slovis. I mean, there's going to be a lot. Spencer Rattler. There's going to be a lot of. There's going to be a lot of guys that can come in and fill a spot. I just don't think they can be starters. Patrick Holt just said, I talk so much crap about Derrick Henry. You're 100% right, I do. Because I don't think he's conducive to winning football. I also don't think he can hold up with the way he's being used. However, you know when that's not going to matter? Week 2.
Yeah.
It ain't going to matter 25 carries into the season.
Right.
If that was at, week 16, then maybe I'd think about it. I just don't know how it's going to happen.
And Eric says, fans will be back in the stands. It'll make a difference.
100% it will. That's the loudest stadium in the freaking world.
Yeah, but the problem is they're in Seattle.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't gonna have a full stadium anytime soon.
You might not have a full stadium in Seattle 9 years from now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Washington is slightly on the other side of the ticker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, this is setting up for a Russell Wilson
departure. Departure. That's what this is.
This is how
bad
the season's going to go so bad that Russell's going to say, I can't do this anymore. And the front office is going to look at it and say, you know what? We probably need to do this. Because if he's unhappy, we don't see any path of us getting better. We don't have another first-round pick. We're going to be picking lower than we've picked in a long, long time, and it's not even our pick. So it's the first 2 rounds, right? Or just the first round?
This is the first round.
Yeah. This first round.
Okay.
That makes me so happy. And it just reaffirms my belief that you don't ever trade premium draft capital for a player that plays a non-premium position.
Right.
Jamal Adams is as good as it gets at any position. And look what it's doing to Seattle. Slowly but surely, look what it's doing to Seattle.
I mean, they could definitely wind up with a pick in the top 10 next year.
I could easily see it happening. From that schedule right there, I mean, I don't know if I've seen a first glance, first gut reaction to a schedule. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. It was really tough to go through those games. And I'm a Russell Wilson fan. You know what I mean? I like Russell Wilson. I don't. Seattle's a cool place for the 12th man and all that good stuff. I just, I feel really bad, but they've made some really poor decisions, and they didn't do a damn thing this offseason. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, they didn't do anything to make Russell happy. They drafted, they didn't have very many picks, but it didn't seem like they addressed the offensive line either. I mean, it just, I don't know exactly what their plan was going into the offseason, because they knew Russell was unhappy before free agency started. This wasn't an Aaron Rodgers situation where it happened pre-draft. This has been going on. And they just looked at him and said, it almost looked like they were like, we don't care, Russell.
No. That's exactly what
we
they
don't
did.
care that you're going to be running around like a freaking chicken with your head cut off. He's going to look like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl every fucking game this season.
Yeah.
And that's how bad it's going to look.
Frank says, imagine if the Jets could get Kayvon Thibodeau. That pick ain't going to be that high. That pick won't be that high. He'll go in the top, 3 picks?
He'll go number 1 if it's a team that doesn't need a quarterback. But it could be that high.
Yeah.
And we could trade up there and do
And Tommy just said
Now that's the other thing. You possibly could trade up to make that happen.
Well, then you also remember that
3
you also
first-round
get
picks next year?
We also
Carolina's
get
second.
we also get Carolina's 2 next year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Do you realize that the Jets could have 4 picks in the top 50?
Yeah.
With the roster, it's so good. I just want to bask in it for a minute. Just let me be happy.
Oh, man, the next couple years are going to be pretty insufferable for us, buddy.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks to be you because your team's going to fall off a bridge and your team hasn't found the bridge
And
yet.
we're going to be in the Russell Wilson sweepstakes.
You see how insufferable he is right now? They haven't even played a game yet.
Well, listen, I'm reading tea leaves right here. I'm saying Russell Wilson's going to be gone next year. Who's a team that has a lot of picks in the next year's draft? The New York Football Giants.
Are you going to trade for Russell Wilson? Is that what you're saying?
If Daniel Jones does what Daniel Jones does, it would make all the sense in the world.
Who's your GM?
Not Dave Gettleman after this year.
You better hope not.
Yeah.
All right, Stephen Tao asked for the Baltimore Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Tita! This one's a little harder because the Ravens are jerks and made their schedule real long. So, sorry, this one's going to cover damn near the whole screen.
That is okay.
All right, you got to give me
Okay.
a second to get it pulled up here. Obviously, we've got.
I've got it in front of me, and I'll be honest with you. The first 6 weeks of the season are not that bad. I have to remember that it goes back and forth, which is dumb.
It is dumb. All right, so they open up obviously against the Raiders on Monday Night
Win.
Football.
I'll go with
Then they got the Chiefs, loss.
Loss.
Then they got the Lions, the Broncos, and both of those teams are on the road, but I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Those are both wins.
Yep.
You got the Indianapolis Colts in Week 5.
It's going to be a tough game to win. Is that at home or on the road?
It is on the road.
That's going to be a tough place to play.
That's a tougher schedule than I thought they were going to
Yeah.
do. Looking at the teams that they played, I didn't think I was going to hate this as much. But you have to realize from Week 12 on, they go Browns, Steelers, Browns, Packers, Bengals, Rams, Steelers. Ugh.
Yeah.
And you know what else? The Ravens put their home and away indicator. One's yellow and one's white. We, the colorblind people, say, fuck you, Baltimore, because I can't tell which one's which.
Oh.
I literally have no idea. I don't have a clue which games are at home and which ones are on the road.
They go on a 4-game home stretch, which it seems really weird.
That's a lot, but teams do that more often than you
From
think.
Week 5 to Week 9, they've got the bye week thrown in Week 8.
Yeah.
They got 4 games in a row at home. Colts, Chargers,
They
Bengals,
have a very tough
Vikings.
schedule.
That's ugly. I'm not gonna lie, that's ugly. I still will have them at 10 wins. Almost sure I have them at 10 wins.
Yeah.
Hey, David Evans Olson. After this show, send me a tweet. I have to. You won some shit, and I haven't been able to get a hold of you.
Nice.
And I haven't seen your name, and so it's real good to see you again. And shoot me a direct message on Twitter
I think
at Jay Greene ESPN.
I think I got Baltimore at 11.
I want to put them at 11, but I got them at 10-7.
I mean, as much shit as we have talked about Lamar Jackson over the years,
I feel like I'm becoming a Lamar Jackson apologist as time goes on. Like, I don't know how the hell we got here.
I think I'm just coming around to, he's not that damn bad. His arm is not as bad as we made it out to be.
It's not great.
And
That's not the part of him that I've been wrong on. What I've been wrong on Lamar Jackson is really simple. They're just making it work.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, there's something to be said for that.
You would think that.
Now, do I think they're going to pay him $35 million a year? Nope. No, I don't. And I think there could be a real ugly conversation coming in Baltimore real soon.
right.
I think short of a Super Bowl appearance, or I'm not going to say it, AFC Championship game. If they make the championship game, I think they might give him the contract. Short of that, even if you make the playoffs and win a game, it's not going to happen.
Anything short
Because-
of taking me to the Super Bowl and winning the MVP again.
Yeah.
I'm not paying you
And to
$35
be
million.
honest with you, I'm having a hard time finding 10 wins in here.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not at all.
There's just some tough games.
100%, they're tough games. But you tell me where we're losing, where they're losing here.
Okay, so
Raiders, Lions, Broncos, either the Colts or the Chargers.
Right.
And you said both those games are at home, right?
Yep.
That's right around the bye.
Yep.
The Bengals at home, the Vikings at home, the Bears, the Steelers in one of those two games, the Bengals again.
Okay.
Dolphins.
Yeah, so that's 10.
That's 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Dolphins are going to beat them at home. The Dolphins play them at home, so.
I don't know that I
that's
care
gonna be
about that with
on
the
a
Dolphins.
Thursday night short week, so who knows what happens there.
Yeah, Thursday night short week though. After they play the Vikings.
After they play, at home against the Vikings. It's just, it's tough. These are gut shot reactions to what you're seeing. Again, the Green Bay thing, who knows what's going on with that.
Oh, we got Steeler Nation for life in the comments. I believe that means we should do the Steelers next.
Steelers got to be next.
I feel like that just makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
I don't like the prospects of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got news for you. I'll have the Steelers ahead of the Ravens if their stupid schedule's not so freaking long. I found this new toy that allows me to do this.
It's nice
on the fly without somebody there.
It's nice and compact. I think you're going to like it.
If it can cover the whole screen, I don't care. Just don't make me scroll it and shit. Yep, Steelers winning Super Bowl. What up? They have the easiest one I've seen yet. Hey, and you know what? I can put it over Brian's face, and we can actually see Tank for once.
There
So,
we go. Hey,
what
Tank.
up? Hey, Pittsburgh Steelers winning the fucking Super Bowl. Let's go. You know why? Because your social media department knows how to do their job. What up?
nice.
How that's going to affect wins? No clue. Don't care.
So Steelers.
Blah, blah, blah.
They're looking good going into a bye week at week 7. They're going to probably lose week 1 to Buffalo. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a win versus the Raiders, a win versus Cincinnati. That game, again, Green Bay.
They're going to lose.
It's going to be
They're
a
going
loss.
to lose. Aaron Rodgers is not going anywhere.
They're gonna beat the Broncos. They're gonna beat the Seahawks. So they'll be 5-2. Wait, no, 4-2. Then they got the Browns. They usually split with the Browns. They got Chicago, Detroit.
Oh, God.
Those are win-win.
Oh,
Then they
God,
got the
doing the
Chargers.
math.
Then they got the Bengals. I mean,
they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again.
Mm-hmm. They're going to do it again
at
the end of the season.
They're going to start really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything will be hunky-spunky when they beat the shit out of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And then they may not win another game.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough.
I've got them at 8-3 going into the first Baltimore game.
Yeah.
Okay, so at week 13, they are at home against the Ravens, which is a loss.
Because you got you were given no favors here. Because you've got a quarterback that's older.
Oh, my God.
He's going to wear out aggressively.
And what they run into.
And then you run into a brick wall.
Wow.
That last 6 is horrid.
Baltimore, Minnesota, Tennessee, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Baltimore.
My wife is a Steelers fan, and
God.
she's at home eating ramen that she made that looked delicious.
Real good.
And I would really love to give her some hope. And I don't have a lot of it. Like, I want to be positive about this. Mm-hmm. Good hell, it would have been easier if you'd done this in reverse. If you told me I could take the Steelers' schedule and literally flip it week 1 to week 17 across the whole schedule, I'd give them 2 extra wins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at Minnesota, Tennessee, Cleveland, Baltimore a second time,
Kansas
Baltimore
City.
Both times.
Kansas City.
I mean, hell, I could go all the way back to the Chargers. I could say it's from week 11 to week 18.
And they're at Minnesota and at Kansas City, too. So it's not, those are, it's.
And at Baltimore, yeah.
Oh, God, that's brutal. I want Steelers Nation for life. I really want to give you hope. I really do. But I've always said I will never lie to you, ever. No. I can't. I can't see more than 9 wins.
Steelers Nation for Life is even saying Ben needs to retire. Yeah, he should have done it, but what they would have done, it was.
God,
this was the best way they could do it for one more year, and they're going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them the next couple years afterwards. Again, you're seeing what's exactly going to happen to the Pittsburgh Steelers watching your New Orleans Saints this year when you have your Hall of Fame quarterback that leaves, and then what are you left with? Mm-hmm. You know, and you've pushed the can down the road for him because of the contract that he has, and you're going to see exactly what happens to the Steelers. And
I mean, the defense is still going to be able to keep them afloat.
And you know, Najee Harris could be one of those guys, and if they can find a quarterback somewhere to come to Pittsburgh, you know, but Ben's got to. This has got to be his last year, and you can just, you know, what you have to do this earlier in the year. You need to tell Ben, listen, I need you. We're not throwing the ball more than 20 times a game. Mm-hmm. We need to figure something out. We need to figure something out.
Najee Harris is going to get the ball a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about because he's already gotten the ball a lot in college. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
but that's it. We don't need him to last long.
Yeah.
See, that would be my MO, I think, with running
back in the first round. You only want him to just run him into the ground.
Fucking run him into the ground because I'm never going to give you the contract. Jeremy has convinced me of that. That's the one thing that I have changed my mind on more than anything. I would never give another contract, a second contract, to a running back.
It's.
I will just churn and burn those guys.
There's not a running back that typically. I don't think there's a running back that's ever fulfilled a second contract to what they've gotten.
Not recently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can maybe because you know your bigger contracts now, they want 4 or 5 years. That second contract. Now, if these guys are asking for 1-2-year contract, 2-year contracts, maybe even 3-year contracts, I could see some of these guys lasting a little bit. But it's tough to find them. By the time they get out of their rookie deal, how many running backs actually last and are worth the contract that they're given when it's big? Not very many.
No.
Not very many.
No.
If any. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, God, it's been a long time. Been a very, very, very long time.
I mean, what, you got to go back to what? Adrian Peterson?
Long time. Yeah, probably.
Was Adrian Peterson was the last one that got a second contract that you went, yeah, I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah.
We felt good about that.
I mean,
no, I don't think I would.
Derrick
I think
Henry,
I would just
unless Derrick Henry
him.
falls off a cliff, he might be another one. But
and Najee Harris is no doubt. I think he's in the number one spot for me to be the rookie of the year this year.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And I heard earlier you guys talking on the show this morning about how he's like
plus 1,000,
plus 1,000 right now. That's throw some money at that.
Mm-hmm. That one and the Kyle Pitts. I would be all in on that too.
Najee Harris is the one that I'd
plus 1,100.
Yeah. Yep.
Because if I had to bet my house, it'd be one of those two guys.
All right.
As the rookie of the year.
I'm going to throw – the next team we have is the Cleveland Browns. And I'm very often told that I'm too hard on the Browns. Mm-hmm. So –
oh. Well, it's been hard for you to come around so far this offseason.
Well, it's because he hates the quarterback so much.
Yeah.
And, I don't blame him. I'm not a big Baker Mayfield fan. However, I do believe that this past year, Kevin Stefanski proved that he can win with Baker Mayfield. That he can get this team to the playoffs, win a playoff game. I get it. They were playing the armless wonder in the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first round.
And they should have beaten the Chiefs. And they didn't. Patrick Mahomes was hurt.
Mahomes, he's the comeback.
Chad Henne beat Baker Mayfield.
Beat Baker Mayfield. So they're going to start out the season, obviously, against the Chiefs, which is a loss on the road. And then we go Houston Texans, Chicago Bears. Those are wins at home. Then a 2-game stretch on the road at the Minnesota Vikings. That's a win.
Yeah.
Then at the LA Chargers, I think that's a win.
I don't. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. I think Cleveland is really freaking good. It's tough for me to. Where are you looking at? Because I got that.
So
you got a good screen there. Mine sucked. Oh, there it is. Look at the Twitter. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So we're through the first 5 games. We got 1 loss.
I think we could.
The Arizona Cardinals.
It's gonna be a tough game, but
it'll be a tough game. I think they can.
It's at home.
It's at home.
So then I'm gonna give
think
that
they
a victory.
could lose it though.
I'm gonna give that a victory.
Okay, I'm going with a loss.
Let me go back through. I'm sorry. So loss, win. I'm gonna say in that 2-week stretch where they play the Chargers and the Cardinals, they'll probably lose one of those games. So I'm at 2 losses so far.
All right.
Broncos win.
Yep.
Steelers at home win. Bengals win. Patriots win. Lions win. Ravens away loss. Ravens at home win. Raiders win. Packers loss. Pittsburgh win. They're 12-5. They're 12-5. They're 12.
Yeah.
I don't see any path of them losing more than 6 games this year, no matter what happens.
I don't either.
They're the worst case scenario. I'm looking at this saying 11-6. Worst case scenario.
I think it's
I
think it's more likely that they will go 13-4,
which is you originally had.
Then they will go 11-6.
I mean, that is a really, really, really good schedule.
They don't have any
non-conference games are the Texans, the Bears, the Vikings, the Patriots.
But they don't have any of those tough stretches.
The Raiders, I mean, they don't. They don't have like where there's a big bang, 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 boom, 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 you know?
I mean, the 2 hardest portions of their schedule are when they play the Chargers in week 5 and the Cardinals in week 6 at home, both of those games. Right. And then the next tough stretch they have is when they have to play the Ravens back-to-back with a bye week sandwiched in the middle.
And they go from away where they'll probably lose that game, and then they'll have, another week to prepare and say, okay, Myles Garrett, I need you to kill Lamar Jackson. With
all of the additions that they have made to this team, not only in the draft but also in the offseason, I think the Cleveland Browns are a legit threat in the AFC.
I do not see a path where they lose more than 6 games this year, and that's being very, 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 very judicious, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a really good schedule for a team that's up and rising. And what's going to happen is they got a really good schedule. Baker's going to play really, really well. They're going to give him the contract, and then we'll see what happens.
Oh, this is done. I mean, the whole Baker Mayfield thing is going to be sewn up in a nice little bow for them if they end up going 13-4, 12-5.
Well, I mean, but there's still some talk coming out of there. And do you think that Baker's leash is a little bit longer than Lamar's leash is? Like, let's say Cleveland loses doesn't make the AFC Championship game, but they go 13-5. Is he getting a contract?
Yes.
13-4.
13-4. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I think so.
If they go, yeah.
If they win more than 11 games, it's done.
So it doesn't matter
what they do in the playoffs
at all.
Doesn't matter.
I don't agree with you.
Really?
I think they know how limited he is.
You think they win?
However, they may run into the fickle finger of fate.
Which is?
Occasionally, you get fucked by the fickle finger of fate. And it is that they may not have an option to replace him with anyone better.
That's true.
They may be stuck with, this is the best we can do. Frank Markopoulos asked, why is the Browns logo orange? I have absolutely no idea. I've wondered that shit for 30 years.
Well, they're only the Browns because their owner's name was a Brown.
Well, they're the Browns because they've been very poopy.
Undefeated Brown versus undefeated
I don't know. I don't know who looked at orange and brown and went, you know what, that works.
Yeah.
That one's hot.
Hot.
The people are calling for the Patriots.
Yeah.
And I want you to be the face of this one.
The New England
I'm gonna
Patriots.
Step out and smoke me a heater. I can't wait for Jimmy to come back for the crucifying of this.
I'm going to be as nice about this as I can.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Fuck New England. I don't see a way that they win more than 6 games. I've been over the schedule backwards and forwards. They will beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. They will win 1 game from the Jets. They will win 1 game from the Dolphins. Other than that, they would have to beat the Falcons, the Panthers, the Chargers, which, by the way, all 3 of those games are on the road, and the Texans just to get to 7 wins. Just to get to 7 wins. Just to be 7-10, you're going to win every game I just said. Because you're going to get smoked by the Dolphins once. You're going to get beat by the Bills twice. The Jets will beat you once. You'll get killed by the Buccaneers. You'll lose to the Cowboys. I think you're going to lose to the Chargers and the Panthers. The Browns will destroy them. The Titans will too, so will the Colts. That's 11 losses right there.
Yep.
Just what I just said is 11 losses. The New England, for me, it feels so good. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Finally, you don't have the easiest schedule in the league. It happened like 9 times. And I love it. I love it. I love that you're going to be bad. And you can call me a hater all you want to, but it's the truth. Because he couldn't give less of a shit about you if he tried.
Nope.
And he thinks you're worse than I do.
Yeah, I do. I don't think you're good. I pre-schedule release, I said 6-11. And I don't think I can change that.
I see no path that you can. David Evans Olsen asked, is this with Cam Newton or Mac Jones starting? I'm on a level. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
No.
I don't.
It
which one's going to be markedly
one
better?
way or the other.
It does to me, but, and I'll be honest with you. Looking at the schedule and being as honest as I can be, you have a shot to beat the Dolphins, Jets, and Saints. You will lose 2 of those 3 games if you start Mac Jones.
Yes.
Straight up. If Mac Jones is the week 1 starter, you will be 1-2. You mark my words. And then you will be 1-3 going into Houston where you will probably win.
They'd be 0-3. They could be 0-3.
They could be 0-4 because you go Dolphins, Jets, Saints, Buccaneers. I could see all 4 of those teams beating them.
Oh, well, we know they're losing to the Bucs.
And you know they're losing to either the Jets or the Dolphins.
Yes.
I would say Dolphins is more likely.
I don't think there's much of a chance that they beat the Dolphins, actually.
I don't either. I'm starting to come to the point of it's getting harder and harder for me to understand how they're going to beat them either time.
And then, the schedule is kind of evenly spread out until you get down to week 12.
And
then week 12, you got to go to the Tennessee Titans, to the Buffalo Bills. Then you get the bye week. Then you go to the Indianapolis Colts. Then you got the Buffalo Bills at home.
And here's another thing that nobody's
you're just going to get your brains beat in.
Yeah, and here's another thing that nobody's going to talk about. You got screwed in the bye week. Because your bye week, you're in the last bye week. What does that mean? It means you're going to have to throw Mac. If you're going to throw Mac Jones in there, it's either going to be the last 4 games of the season, of which if you're telling me you're going to trot him out there against the Colts, Bills, Jaguars, and Dolphins, good luck. Because 3 of those teams are really good. And 2 of those teams have really good defenses, and one of them has a really good young defense. Good luck. I, looking at this schedule, don't see a path where New England wins more than 7 games, and I don't see a path that Mac Jones doesn't either play 16 or 0 games this year.
16 or
You don't
0?
think there's a point in the season where they will make the switch?
Where are you going to do it? I mean, look at the schedule and be really honest with yourself. They could be 1-4, or they could be 1-3 going into Houston. Are you going to win that game? You're not going to throw him out there against the Cowboys. You're not going to do it against the Jets. Maybe you do it after the Jets game.
To go on the road,
because the Jets,
start out against
no
the
matter what
Chargers?
you say about the Jets, they're going to get after quarterbacks. So throwing him out there that week is a fucking death wish.
Right.
I feel the same way about the Chargers.
Against the Bosa.
I don't think you're going to throw him out there against Carolina either. And then it gets into, all right, do you do it against Atlanta? And then the 2 weeks before the bye week, it's going to be 3 road games, first of all. And then after Atlanta, it would be Tennessee and Buffalo. I mean, he's going to look like Frogger at the end of no matter where you slot him in here.
Right.
It's not going to go well.
Yeah.
See, I think Mac Jones is going to be the starter from day one. And that's that. And that's kind of built into the reason why I originally pegged them at 6-11 was because you're going in with a rookie quarterback. Now is the time. I get that you just re-signed Cam Newton for another year, but you know, sometimes good things have to end. And I think that's where we're at with Cam Newton's career.
100%.
I don't know. I don't see a path where Cam Newton's not starting week 1.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either, because I think with Cam you could start 2-2. With Mac Jones you're going to be 1-3 at best. And I don't think Bill's going to sign up for that. I don't buy it.
You don't buy it.
I don't buy that Bill is just going to roll over and die. And I think looking at the schedule, he knows we've gotten 0 favors here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's do the Dolphins next.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you want to do the Dolphins and the Bills, and we'll just round out the AFC?
Yeah, we'll just finish out the AFC East here. The Miami Dolphins schedule, presented by Publix. By the way, did notice that the New York Jets schedule, now brought to you by JetBlue.
Because our quarterback is related to the owner.
Whoa, right. Big surprise there.
I wonder if he got a good deal on that one.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were just like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and give it to you.
Yeah.
There'll be no money involved, but when you die on your deathbed, you'll receive total consciousness.
Right.
So I got that going for me.
The AFC East, this is kind of weird. They start out with 2 division games right back to back with the New England Patriots and with the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins start out with the Patriots, and then they're at home against the Buffalo Bills, which is a loss. Then you got the Raiders,
Win.
Colts,
Loss.
Bucks,
Loss.
Jaguars,
Win.
Falcons,
Win.
Bills,
Loss.
Texans,
Win.
Ravens,
Loss.
Jets,
Win.
Panthers,
Tough game.
It's at home.
Win.
win. The New York Jets, or excuse me, the New York Giants.
Win. I said win wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, week 14 bye. Then they have the Jets.
I'll say loss. They're going to lose one of those 2 games. They'll lose one of the 2 to the Jets.
Okay.
Solely because that's how this division always works.
Right. New Orleans Saints.
Win.
Tennessee Titans.
Loss.
And then the New England Patriots.
Win.
So they're going to be in that 10-7 to 12-5 range. Mm-hmm. It looks to me.
I believe so. I
have them with 7 losses. I got them at 10-7.
I think they'll get. I think they could get to 11. I think they could get to 11, but that's absolute best case scenario. Pulling a win where you're just not supposed to.
And this is Tua being healthy for an entire year. Mm-hmm. Although you do have Jacoby Brissett as your backup, which is definitely one of the best backups in the entire league.
No doubt.
100%. So the problem with that being is, Tua loses a couple games, gets hurt, and then Jacoby Brissett comes in and wins 6 games in a row, and we're going to have the same damn problem that you had last year with them going back and forth between Fitzpatrick and him.
Well, that's going to settle it.
This is what's scaring me about them going this route and going all in on Tua is I just don't know yet. He's not proven to be healthy.
Nope.
And he's not proven to be, he went 7-6 last year.
You can say good.
There's a lot to be said about what he's going to. This entire team is hinging on one position, that's the quarterback position. Mm-hmm. That's it. Everything else, I think they are really good, like everywhere.
Except for running back.
And I think they're going to figure that out.
Yeah. Except for the running back position.
I think they're going to get that figured out.
How, though?
I don't know.
I mean, is Myles Gaskin, do you believe that Myles Gaskin can be the every down?
No, I don't think he's an every down back.
Right.
I had such high hopes for the Dolphins picking up Aaron Jones in the offseason.
I really wished they would go out and get a running back.
Are there
that
any
could
running
be
backs
reliable
at all available?
I mean, Todd Gurley.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Those are both very bad choices.
Do they have to be that good, though? They have to be better than Myles Gaskin. Mm-hmm. Myles Gaskin wasn't horrible last year.
I don't know at this point if either of them are. To be honest with you. Am I off base on that? That I don't know that if either Le'Veon Bell or Todd Gurley are better than Myles Gaskin right now?
They're not.
Okay.
I would say neither one is, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I don't believe they are.
It's something that I was surprised that they did not address in the draft.
Well, they were going to.
They attempted to.
They were going to at 35.
They knew they were going to have to overdraft one because they had 4 picks in the top 42. Mm-hmm. And they took Liam Eichenberg. By the way, they are moving Robert Hunt to guard, which makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. And you know what they said when this came out? They believe he has all-pro potential at guard. Thank you. April of 2020 called. I tried to fucking tell you.
Yeah. This is one of those things where like, ding, ding, ding. Jeremy Greene told you this 2 years ago.
100%.
So I think the Dolphins are going to they will be in the playoffs this upcoming season. I know Tua's got a lot of growing to do, but I trust the franchise.
Yeah.
I trust the way they're running this thing now.
As do I.
I believe since, Chris Greer and what's the coach's name? I'm forgetting. It's gone out of my head. It just fluttered away.
Brian Flores?
Miami. Thank you. Brian Flores.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what the hell you were talking about if I'm being real.
You just kind of threw it out there.
He said, what's that guy's name?
What's the
guy's name?
I'm going to need more than that guy.
What
Yeah.
is he?
You know, the guy with the hair.
No hair.
I think,
Bald
that's
as
right.
shit.
Yeah, he doesn't have hair. My bad.
He's bolder than you are.
Jesus.
That guy should want your hair.
Yeah. No. Nobody should want his hair. It is.
He has that clear hair.
Yeah.
It's literally clear.
It's not.
It's like translucent. It's translucent as
It glows
Caleb's
in the dark.
skin.
Yeah. Just got to put
Sweet
it
baby
back on.
God.
Yeah. I mean, it happens to
All
the
right.
best of us sometimes.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the
What do we-
AFC East winning Buffalo Bills.
The champions here
Yeah.
of the division.
I do like in their-
Holy fuck.
I like in their press release that they made Josh Allen look like an Avenger. He looks like Iron Man in that picture.
Yeah, there's no chance I can see that.
Here, let me read it for you then, because I can do it. They start with the Steelers.
Win.
Yeah.
Let's see. The clear ones are on the rug. All right, so they start with this. Colorblind.
At Miami.
Back off. All right. They're gonna lose one. They're gonna lose one of those first two games.
They're
You
gonna
mark
lose
my
one.
words. Just remember I said it.
Washington at
They could
home
lose that.
is a tough game. Houston's a win. At Kansas City's a loss. At Tennessee's a tough game.
The back end of this is so freaking easy, though. For starting at Jacksonville. All right, so you get, in order, you get the Steelers, Dolphins, Washington football team, Texans, Chiefs, Titans, Dolphins. If you can come out of that at even 4-3,
4-3. Yeah.
you could end up at 12-5.
There's only one or two other games on the schedule after that.
Colts, Bucks. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That is the only game they won't be favored in by a touchdown or more.
Yep. So
All you have to do is get to, and I got news for you. 4 of those games are at home.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, Buffalo's winning this division. You want me to tell you what I've learned today? Definitively, Buffalo's winning this division. It's not even worth talking
It's
about.
not. Yeah. It's 100. It's 100% guaranteed.
Yep,
And they'll
not even worth talking
be
about.
a threat for the best record.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That the first 7 weeks of that schedule's gross.
Yeah. It's tough, but it's like we said, 4-3. They can be 4-3. At worst, they're going to be 4-3, right? Could they? Be
I could see them being worse. I could see them being worse and it not mattering at all.
Yeah. Like everybody hitting the panic button and be like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with Buffalo?" And then they go out and they win 10 games in a row.
Shit, I got 2 losses.
2 losses the entire season.
No, I got 4 the entire season.
Okay.
I got
You got 2 in that
13-4.
first 7.
Yeah.
I got 2 in the first 7.
Yeah.
I got the Chiefs and the Titans. Other than that,
I don't think there's a lot of analysis here. They're the best team in the division.
Yeah.
They have the second easiest schedule to the Jets in the division. They're going to win this division aggressively.
their defense is going to be incredible again. The offense obviously, runs like a fucking top
Yeah.
when everybody's on their shit. What was it? They put up, 47 points or something like that last year against the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah, they scored a lot. Hey, since we don't have a lot to talk about with the Bills, let's move on to another team where we don't have a lot to talk about. Because it's going to be the word loss a shitload
The
of times.
Cincinnati Bengals.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
The poor ass Eagles.
Oh my God.
It is so bad. Let's play a fun game. You tell me where they're going to win a game. A game.
boy.
Game.
At the Falcons.
Nope.
49ers.
Nope.
Cowboys.
Nope.
Chiefs.
Nope.
At the Panthers.
Nope.
Buccaneers.
Nope.
At the Raiders.
Nope.
At the Lions.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's the only maybe you're going to have.
Maybe.
I'll just go ahead and tell you, that's the only maybe you're going to have.
Wow.
Chargers.
No.
At the Broncos.
No.
Saints.
No.
No.
At the Giants. They're not winning. They're not beating the
They're not
Saints.
being Saints at home. Yeah.
At the Giants.
No.
At the Jets.
No.
Bye weeks in week 14. Washington football team.
Nope.
Giants.
No.
Okay, you got a second maybe.
Maybe.
At the Washington football team.
Nope.
In the season against the Dallas Cowboys.
Nope.
There you go.
2 or 3 victories.
Sweet fun analysis. The worst team in the NFL may very well be the Philadelphia Eagles.
They could be, but they're not.
There's another team that's in worse shape.
The Philadelphia Eagles could win 2 games next year, and I think they could still end up with the 4th pick in the draft.
The Eagles are terrible, and they have set Jalen Hurts up to intentionally be bad.
Yep.
No one will ever convince me of that. You did this shit on purpose. You wanted to reset the decks. I've heard a ton about how bad the culture's gotten in Philadelphia and how Howie Roseman and all of these people, they just want a complete reset.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly
he
what you've
needs
done.
to go. He should have been fired yesterday after everything that came out
After the draft.
after the draft
yeah.
about what he has done with basically saying that he passed on Justin Jefferson and Jeremy Chin on his own. And then this year, basically making the decision. I mean, it's beyond comprehension for a GM to come out and say, "Oh, these are the guys that they wanted to pick, but these are the guys that I pick," and they being completely opposite sides of the spectrum. It should just have screamed, "You're fired!" Like
The
God.
Eagles are a disaster. No doubt they're a disaster. This is going to be bad.
Yeah.
And you know what would
And
make
what's
it
really going to piss Brian off is when they do win that game
Oh,
against
you
the New
can
York Giants at the end of the season.
on my grits, dude.
They're going to have
Kiss
2
my
wins
grits.
all season long, and they're going to beat the Giants in one of them.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Would be.
Screw you out of the number 1 pick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's a...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hate you.
That's all right.
That would be a double-edged sword because they would screw themselves out of the number 1 pick
And beat the Giants.
and beat the Giants. God, I've never wanted anything more.
Yep.
That's not true.
It's
I've never wanted
exactly-
anything more that I can say on this show. Is
Yeah.
that acceptable?
Yeah, there you go.
There
There
it is.
you go.
There we go.
We can finish off the AFC North if we do the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
Okay.
I was going to do the Texans next, but they apparently don't know how to put out a graphic
Yeah, because
it's-
no
there's
one
no-
wants
because
to
no
look
one
at it.
gives a shit.
There's no use
Hey,
to do it.
here's Texans fans, of all
If you
4 of
win
you.
2 games, it'll be a surprise. Even with Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
I can do it without a graphic.
Yep.
If you win a game, I'm going to be shocked.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you, your best chance to win a game is week 1
Against the Jaguars.
at
Yep.
home against
Yep.
the Jaguars.
Yep.
That's it. Because I don't think you're going to Jacksonville and beating them. And I'm going to level. I don't see another game that you can win.
I don't even...
Name it. You going to beat Cleveland?
Nope.
Carolina?
Nope.
Buffalo?
Nope.
New England?
Nope.
Indianapolis?
Nope.
Arizona?
Nope.
LA Rams?
Nope.
Miami?
Nope.
Tennessee?
Nope.
At the Jets?
Nope.
Indianapolis?
Nope.
Seattle?
Nope.
At Jacksonville?
Nope.
LA Chargers?
Nope.
At San Francisco?
Nope.
Tennessee?
No.
No.
I swear to God, this team could be 0-17 and never even sniff being competitive.
Yeah.
100%. If Deshaun Watson doesn't play, they will be 0-17.
Yeah.
If for some reason they are moving on from Deshaun and they trade him for picks or whatever the hell,
That's something that I'm like,
Awful.
it's been radio silence out of Houston about this Deshaun Watson thing.
There's nothing they can say.
I mean,
There's nothing that can be done right now. And nobody's going to talk to him.
yeah.
There's no other team in the league that's going to go, yeah, let's talk about doing a trade right now while we still don't know what the criminal case is going to turn out to be. what
the
civil case
rumor is
gonna
that
be.
he's settling as we speak.
And if
And
he
he's
does,
settling to be moved by Houston because Houston is now ready to move on from him. And he's ready to be the hell out of there. Question is, where does he go? And I ain't got a damn clue.
I got no clue because at this point, what are you?
Where's
gonna
the
do?
market?
Where's it? Yeah. What are you gonna? You're gonna end up getting a 4th round pick for him.
No, they'll get more than that, but it's just a question of who. And I got news for you. I keep coming back to the same thing.
Philadelphia Eagles,
the Raiders,
No,
Broncos,
Green Bay Packers.
no.
I'm confused.
What team could Deshaun Watson make an outside Super Bowl contender instantaneously?
Miami Dolphins.
There it is.
And that'll take away what I literally just said 5 minutes ago about the Dolphins.
There you go.
And they still
rough,
they still have draft capital.
Just remember I said
And
it.
they still have draft capital next year.
And I got news for you. In Miami, Miami's different.
Yeah.
It's a fast and loose town. Don't know if you've ever been there. I've spent a good amount of time there. I promise you. First of all, they don't fill the stadium anyway. But even if they did, be shocked what people in South Beach will forgive. Mm-hmm. Not saying that he did it, not saying he didn't. I don't know. I'm not a jury. I'm not any of that shit. What I'm saying is, in Miami, there have been some people that had some questionable scruples, and Miami did not seem to really give a shit.
And they're in a position where they could even trade Tua back and still have, like, say Deshaun Watson gets traded there and is suspended for the first 6 games of the season. You got Jacoby Brissett there to bridge that gap. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go deep into it because then we're starting to get back in the same fucking thing we talked about 2 months ago.
Yep.
But that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, what team did you say we needed?
The
The
Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Only way you're going to see this many L's is if you paint a really shitty Bob Ross picture of a skyline with a bunch of birds.
And afterwards, I want to ask a question after you decided what you say about the Bengals.
I've already decided what I'm going to say about the Bengals.
Tell me.
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a flock of L's.
Okay.
A flock of
It's going to be a
L's.
whole flocking lot of L's.
All right, they're going to open up at home against the Minnesota Vikings.
I'll ring the bell when I tell you, when you say a game that I think they physically can win.
Okay,
At Chicago.
home against the Vikings, then at Chicago and Pittsburgh. Then they're home back-to-back against the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers. 3-game road trip, Detroit Lions, Baltimore Ravens, New York Jets. At home against the Cleveland Browns, bye week, at the Raiders. At home against the Steelers, Chargers, 49ers. On the road against the Denver Broncos. Home to the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Oh, my God.
And then they end on the road at the Cleveland Browns.
That's 4 games.
Motherfuck.
That's 4 games that they could win if God was a Bengals fan. That's it. You ain't got nothing else.
Jeez.
Nobody, baby.
Do you add? Okay. Let's walk down with me. Mm-hmm. Would there be any games added to the victory total if they would have chosen Penny Sewell over
They'd have a
Jamar
shot
Chase?
against the Jets.
So, the hatred, the vitriol that we've given towards the Bengals by drafting Jamar Chase really would not make a difference so much in this year coming up. No. And then if next year they decide they can draft another left tackle, would that make up for it?
No, but you're being too literal about it because when you take a guy in the first round, you're looking at 5 years minimum.
Okay.
Ask me that question when we do the schedule release next year.
Yeah.
How would you feel with Penny Sewell manning the left side and Terrace Marshall as the outside receiver?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Is it going to matter this year? No. First of all, the schedule's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Second of all, the Bengals are brutal.
Yeah.
So no, it wouldn't have mattered in this year.
Okay.
When you put a pin in that to 365 days from right now.
Because
and
I'd like
I promise
to see
you my answer is going to be different.
You know, and maybe they decide, maybe next year they're so bad that they get that, another.
They're going to be picking real high.
Tackle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're going to be picking real high.
And then
Evan Neal from Alabama is
Jamar Chase and their many things.
But see, and this is what you just said gets into more of why I was so adamant they should take Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
There's not a Penny Sewell next year.
Right.
Evan Neal is the closest you're going to come.
Okay.
And I got news for you. Offensive linemen.
Yeah.
If you look at the history of linemen that we looked at as, they might be a first rounder or maybe a second rounder, and they wind up in the top 8, they're almost always busts. Mm-hmm. Almost always. Mm-hmm. Because it plays into the schedule, it plays into the scheme, it plays into all kinds of things.
Right.
And you get duped and you reach for a guy because you want him to be a franchise left tackle and he's not. You take a franchise left tackle when he's there 100 times out of 100. Yeah. Hey, look, it's Matt Nagy's exit interview. Dude, you know what? Since he's on the screen, let's do that one.
The Chicago Bears.
God, we've gone through a bunch of bad teams in a row here.
Yeah. That's how we do things.
David Evans Olson says, should the Texans just start David Mills and say to hell with it?
I don't know that Deshaun Watson's going to be on that roster. I literally feel better that he's not on that roster right now than I felt all year at any point. Okay, Chicago, I just need you to put out a graphic. Not that difficult. Take some logos and put them on a screen.
I don't know how it can get much worse. And here's the thing: looking at that Cincinnati Bengals schedule. Thank you. 5 of their last 6 games are at home. But they're so god awful. They have zero chance of winning any of them.
They're against really good teams.
Good Lord! I mean, the only winnable game in that stretch was the Broncos.
Oh, you think those have been bad? Oh, just you wait, Puddin'.
Just wait till we see the Chicago Bears here.
Wait. Wait. It's on the screen. T-Dog.
Chicago Bears at the LA Rams to start out.
I'll ring it when they could on games that they could physically win.
Okay, Cincinnati Bengals. Then they are at the Cleveland Browns. Then they are at home against the Detroit Lions.
If Tank can read through the cities and mascots.
Yeah, sorry, bro. At Vegas, home to the Packers. At the Bucks, home to the 49ers.
Oh, my God.
At the Steelers.
On Monday Night Football.
Oh, man.
Home, they got a bye week. And then home to the Ravens. That is a fucking brutal stretch.
Brutal. Oh, just wait. Just keep going.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we ain't done yet.
At the Detroit Lions. Then they have home to the Arizona Cardinals. At the Packers. They're at home with the Vikings. At the Seahawks. Home to the Giants. And then at the Minnesota Vikings to end the season.
They have 5 games they could win, and I don't give a damn who their quarterback is. I don't care if it's Justin Fields. I don't care if it's Andy Dalton. I don't care if it's Jim fucking McMahon. There are 5 winnable games on the schedule. That's it. They got absolutely screwed. The middle of this schedule is horrid.
It is.
And I got news for you. You know what that tells me? You know what looking at this schedule tells me definitively?
What is that?
Where could you put Justin Fields in?
That was what they thought.
Where? Where are you going to do it? Oh, you want to do it at the bye week and make his first game against the Baltimore Ravens? Mm-hmm. Good luck with that.
I'm seeing the Cardinals in week 11 after the bye week. Something going on here?
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Looking at the actual graphic here.
Yeah, you're looking at something amiss because the Cardinals are in week 13.
No, he had somebody else's Twitter feed pulled up.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Find graphics. People don't make graphics for bullshit.
Right.
What the hell? Okay.
Yeah, where do you slip him in if he's not
You
going
don't.
to start the beginning
The
of the
answer
season?
is you don't. The answer is 100% you don't. Because if you do, let's just say Matt Nagy's fired in the bye week.
Yeah.
I mean, can you throw him to the Wolves?
Can I say something to you guys that makes me extremely happy? So the Bears have the 3rd toughest schedule in the league.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you have their number 1 pick.
Yeah. Excellent.
Hit the button. You missed it the first time with me.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
Yummy! That's what I want to see right there! That's what I'm talking about! Oh, yeah!
The Chicago Bears, 5 winnable games is what you have.
Pretty much.
That does
much.
hurt. That does hurt a lot.
God, that's so amazing.
Oh, you want to play? Let's play a fun game because we've done none of the teams in this division.
Okay.
Let's do the other 3, and I want you to. You're going to figure something out pretty quick.
Okay.
All right.
So we want to do
What's coming up next?
Lions.
The Lions. This is going to be a lot of losses.
Worst team in the division, worst team in the division, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I need to see.
Why do you do this?
Pow!
Oh.
All right, so they start 49ers, Rams, Vikings, Packers.
Loss.
Yep. Then they play the Eagles.
They'll beat them.
They could beat them. They could beat the Broncos.
Could beat the Broncos.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's in Denver, which hurts.
Yep.
They're going to lose to the Ravens.
Yep.
They're going to lose to the Cardinals.
Yep.
Then you go Chicago, and the Steelers, and the Falcons, and the Vikings, and the Browns. You're going to get smoked by the Browns. The Seahawks, the Bengals, the Bears again, the Green Bay Packers.
The Lions might not be as bad as we think they're going to be.
That's exactly where I was trying to get to. I mean, with Jared Goff, who is, by the way, better than any of the quarterbacks in Chicago right now. Fact, not even debatable.
Yep.
They could win more games than you think.
They're going to win. They could easily win 6 games.
They could easily not be the worst team in this division.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that was one of the first ones I looked at when the schedule officially came out. I see a path the Bears are the worst team in this division. I see a path that it's not all that close.
What are you looking at there?
Tank's not seeing wins for Detroit.
I'm not. I'm not seeing wins.
Winnable games.
Winnable games. Philadelphia
Winnable games. We're not talking about definitive wins and losses. All right, now let me give you a little bit of my logic here.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears could have already fired their coach by both times they play.
Yeah.
They could be on an interim coach.
Yep.
The Minnesota Vikings could be completely out of it.
You think by week 4?
Second time.
Week 4.
The second time they play the Bears. Okay.
4? They don't play the Chicago until week 1, 2,
Minnesota.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Talking about Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Or talking about Chicago.
Okay.
The Bengals are awful. Horrible.
No, and they play the Bears in week 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I say otherwise?
You did. You said.
Oh, their damn graphic is.
It goes this way.
It goes up and down.
It goes
Son
up
of
and
a
down.
bitch.
It goes up and down. Although, I mean, it's not that much harder
I still
the other
think
way.
winnable games are against Philadelphia, the Broncos, Chicago twice, the Falcons, the Seahawks, the Bengals. There's 6 winnable games.
I don't see any of that.
You're,
I don't think they're even close to being on the same level as the Atlanta Falcons. I don't.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
They have no one to. They have DeAndre Swift on offense, and that's it. They have Jared Goff, who we fucking hate, and all of their weapons suck except for DeAndre
How
Swift.
competitive was this team last year? They stayed in games.
Yeah.
That was with Matthew Stafford.
Who's much better than Jared Goff.
Much better. Much better. Jared Goff wins with Super Bowl. Matt Stafford never did. Matt Stafford's never won a playoff game.
Matt Stafford's never had the greatest defense.
he had the greatest wide receiver maybe.
Greatest defense? You're a myth. A complete fucking lie.
Oh, okay.
Complete fucking lie. The year they went to the Super Bowl, they didn't have the greatest defense. Their defense was fucking awful. That was Wade Phillips. They gave up points like mad. They played the Kansas City Chiefs, gave up 50-5.
Yeah.
That defense was not good.
Okay.
That defense is better right now than it was back then.
Okay.
I think
Any team that gives up 55 points, I don't give a damn who you give it up to. That was a track meet, and they couldn't even begin to think about stopping them.
Okay.
I love how I hate when you sit back and go, okay, when you're absolutely 100% wrong, and I can totally fucking prove it. The only argument here is he never had weapons like that because he had Todd Gurley and Woods and Cooper Kupp and all that. Okay, well, he had Kenny freaking Galladay. He had Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones and a bunch of other shit. Menial pieces, but still, Kenny Galladay and Golden Tate and Marvin Jones it's better than a lot of quarterbacks, I can tell you.
Can I say something? So
I don't disagree that Stafford's better. I think the fact the hate on Jared Goff has gotten ridiculous. And now I've become a Jared Goff apologist somehow too.
Right.
Because the hate on him, now all of a sudden Jared Goff's the worst quarterback in the fucking league. He did start a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like people are treating him like he's AJ McCarron.
And what does he
and
gonna
he's
say?
not.
And that,
The league
and that
thinks
and a
so
dollar will
much.
get him a coach.
The league thinks so much in the Detroit Lions that they gave him 3 primetime
You're using
games.
that line wrong, by the way.
They have 3 primetime games. The league might think something different than we are. They're not putting teams in prime time that they don't think something.
The Lions were competitive last year. They added a much more competitive coach than Matt Patricia. Dan Campbell and that coaching staff, you've got a future NFL head coach and a former NFL head coach as coordinators on this team. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, they're not going to be as bad as you think they are.
Okay.
They definitely,
now, I'm not going to go as goofy as I went last year and say they're going to go 8-8 because that's not in the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
No.
But could you tell me they're 6-11 and the Bears fire Nagy 6 weeks into the season, they go 4-13? Yep. I see that in the range of possibilities. 100% I do. I think the Bears are horrendous, and I think they got they were given nothing in the schedule. I think the Lions, the schedule's not great. Mm-hmm. It's not as bad as it could have been.
And they do, Penny Sewell protecting them.
They play the Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Uh-huh.
Those are the only 2 games that I look at and go, yeah, I feel real good about those games. I feel like you've got a real good shot at winning
You're
those
doing
games.
that thing that people do, and this is the reason that I slaughtered you doing this last year. Mm-hmm. Is because you're looking at you're looking at definitives. Think about the teams that we fucked up so gloriously last year. Mm-hmm. What did they all have in common?
What?
Something went awry that we didn't think about. Mm-hmm. Matt Nagy could be fired in that division. Mm-hmm. Mike Zimmer could be fired in that division, by the way. Just look at the schedule. I knocked it off my screen.
If Minnesota has another bad defensive year, Mike Zimmer's gone because
by the time they play Pittsburgh, Ben's arm could have fallen off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Denver could just be bad. Just point blank be bad. That's more winnable games than the Bears have. They have more games that they could win.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't see a path to Denver being bad.
Oh, God, you're drunk.
Why?
Oh, God, let's do Denver. We haven't done Denver yet, have we?
Let's do Denver.
Yeah.
Let's do Denver. We'll put a pin in Green Bay and the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put a pin.
You don't see a path to Denver being bad. Cool. Look at their schedule. Mm-hmm. It's god-awful. It's so freaking bad.
We've chosen almost every team to beat them when we come across them.
That was the other thing I was going to say. How many times have we said they were going to lose games?
I get it. I'm not saying they're going to be a good team. What I'm saying is they're not going to be god awful to where they're losing to the Detroit Lions, who have nothing.
Oh boy.
Let's just go ahead and do this.
So
here's their schedule. I'll read it to you in order. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Week 1 at the Giants. Mm-hmm. It's probably a loss.
Yep.
At Jacksonville.
That's a win.
You'll win that one. The Jets. Mm-hmm. Very easily could be a loss. Mm-hmm. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Raiders, Cleveland, Washington football team, Dallas. Name me who they beat.
Could be the Raiders.
You're drunk.
Yeah.
You are plastered if you think they're going to beat the friggin' Raiders.
Okay.
The Raiders are just they're just flat better than they are.
That's at home at the.
I get Derek Carr. You get Drew. I don't care if it's on the moon. I get Derek Carr. You get Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater.
It's going to be Teddy Bridgewater.
Who did? There are weapons in Baltimore or in Denver. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. You still have Teddy Bridgewater that every team in the league could have had for a bag of nickels, and they went, nope. Mm-hmm. Then you get Philadelphia. Sweet. That one's hunky spunky.
Yep.
Yeah, here's how you end out. Chargers, Chiefs, Lions, Bengals, Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs. Mm-hmm. There are not 5 wins on the schedule. This is a 5-12 or worse team.
Yep.
Name me the wins.
And the Detroit Lions are a one-win team. That's where I'm.
I'll take the over on Detroit and the under on Denver all freaking day.
So
all day.
Did you guys already?
When the futures come out tomorrow, I want somebody to remember this. When we talk about this tomorrow and we do actual team by teams, I want you to remind me of what he said, because I'm gonna pull the futures on Denver and Detroit, and we'll make a hell of a bet. And you're taking the over on Denver and the under on Detroit. Yep. And I'll take the over on Detroit and the under on Denver.
Yeah.
And I promise you, when you see the number, you're going to like my side of it way better.
Right.
Way better. Because the over-under on Detroit will be 3.5. Mm-hmm. Denver will be 7.5. There ain't 7 wins on the schedule.
That's definitely under.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, but you're not listening to me. Because what you're not understanding, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand is, when you said I've never looked at the schedule this way, I'm trying to explain to you how you have to look at this. Mm-hmm. The bye week, Vic Fangio is probably out the door. Because looking at the 10 games before that, I don't see a path that they're better than 3-7. Mm-hmm. If they're 3-7 going into a week 11 bye week, what happens? New GM that did not hire this coach. By Vic Fangio. Mm-hmm. Who's coaching that team? I know the answer to this.
Who?
Scott Linehan. That's who's coaching this team.
Okay.
And so so I get Scott Linehan and Teddy Bridgewater. You get Jared Goff and Dan Campbell. All day.
All day.
All freaking day.
You'll take it all day.
I'll take the kneecap biter over Vic Fangio's replacement until death day.
Don't know. I just don't. I just can't. I can't bring myself to see.
Oh, not
it.
Scott. I'm thinking of the wrong person. Not Scott Linehan. Who's the friggin' Broncos? I can't remember who their offensive coordinator is. I had it in my head. Pat Shurmur.
Pat Shurmur.
I was close. Both mediocre head coaches in the NFL.
Right.
All right, now that I've gotten it out about the Broncos.
Yeah, now are we supposed to go? Now we're
go back to the Vikings and the Packers.
All right. Minnesota first.
Minnesota has 4 primetime games. Stop that.
Which is dumb.
Stop that.
Do they really?
Uh-huh. 4 primetime games, which is stupid to me. And it would be lovely if I could find
So this one is listed up and down as well.
Joy.
You open up at Cincinnati.
And, you know, because people do read that way. I mean, I love reading books up and down.
Right. At Cincinnati, at Arizona. This is your first 2 games of the year.
Win-loss.
Yep. Then you got home stretch with Seattle, Cleveland, Detroit. You win one of those.
Detroit.
Then you got at Carolina.
Probably a loss.
I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. Because I think the Minnesota offense is going to be good enough to put up points. And I think the Carolina defense is the one thing that I'm just unsure of.
Is it at Carolina?
It's at Carolina.
Yeah, I don't like Minnesota outside.
That's a winnable game.
It's a winnable game, you're right.
Dallas at home after the bye week.
Loss.
At Baltimore.
Loss.
At the Chargers.
Loss.
Home to the Green Bay Packers. At the San Francisco 49ers. God damn, that's 5 straight losses.
Brutal.
5 straight losses. Then they're at Detroit, win. They got Pittsburgh at home.
Maybe a win.
Could be a winnable game. At Chicago.
Probably a win.
Rams.
Housed.
At the Packers.
Housed again.
And then at home against the Chicago Bears.
By then, who cares? Because you're 7-10.
Yeah,
this
7-10,
division is
8-9,
so bad.
Somewhere in there.
This division is absolutely freaking horrendous.
Until
you get to here, which is what I was trying to get to in the first place.
Yep. Until you get to the Packers schedule. And the Green Bay Packers, saying nothing changes from now. Aaron Rodgers is still there. They've got the major weapons from last year. Offensive line is a little bit different. But you're going to go in here and you're going to start out 2-0. New Orleans Saints, Detroit Lions back-to-back. You got San Francisco on the road. I mean, that could be a win.
I'm trying to get the damn graph.
At San Francisco could be a win. With Aaron Rodgers playing back in California.
I'm finding it so hard for me personally. I'm finding this really hard to look at the Packers because I just don't know what's going to happen.
I can tell you what's going to happen.
It's
the same thing I've told you for an extended period of time.
I know, but I just don't. I still don't believe Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback.
Where's he going to go?
He's not going to play.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I know.
I'll believe it when I see it that a 38-year-old quarterback who's so worried about their damn legacy that has 1 Super Bowl ring hangs it up 3 years early. I'll believe it when I see it. And I think that's what Green Bay's doing too. I'll believe it when I see it. If we're wrong, cool. We'll start Jordan Love. We'll be shitty, and 2 years from now we'll be good
I feel
again.
like he could just say, I'm not going to play at least this year, and then they're going to have to make a decision on him.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because see, if he says, I'm not going to play, his contract freezes. So you owe us 3 years. Whether you fucking like it or not, by hook or by crook, you owe us 3 years. If you don't play this year, you owe us 3 years. A year from now, you owe us 3. 3 years from now, you owe us 3. 50 years from now, Yo, it's 3. I don't have to do shit with you. Mm-hmm. I don't have to do shit with you, and I got burned by the last quarterback because I traded him to the Jets. The Jets decided, oh, yeah, fuck him, and they took Mark Sanchez, and he wound up with my division rival.
Yeah.
Guess what? I learned from that. I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah.
Because guess what? One of the places that makes the most sense for Aaron Rodgers is Minnesota.
Yeah.
I can't get anything with Green Bay to pull up.
Yeah, seriously, it's like all blank screens on everything.
Yeah, everything they did is a blank screen.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I'll use this one. That's stupid.
Why don't you like that one?
Because it's too long.
It's too long. That's the one.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk about the first 2 games because I can't get them all on the screen.
Well, they're going to open up back-to-back wins. They got the Saints and the Lions. Mm-hmm. Then they go to the San Francisco 49ers, which could be a win. Then they have the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, win.
And
then you got the Bengals and the Bears on the road, both wins. Then you're at home against the Washington football team.
Worst case scenario, they're sitting at 4-4. Mm-hmm. And then what happens after Kansas City? I think worst case scenario, they're 5-4 after Kansas City.
Okay.
Name me a team outside of the Rams and the Browns that they lose to for the rest of the year.
It's very true because they roll off Seattle, Minnesota, Rams, Bears, Ravens, Browns. That's actually
they could lose to the Ravens.
That's actually 3 in there.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings and the Lions.
Just with the Saints, the Lions twice, I would say the Steelers because that's in Lambeau. Mm-hmm. The Bengals, the Bears twice, Seattle. That's 8 wins. Mm-hmm. That's more winnable games than any team in this division. Mm-hmm. By hook or by crook, they win this division.
Win much more than that.
Mm-hmm. By hook or by crook, they win this division. Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Oh, I mean...
And that's why you're not going to see Aaron Rodgers go anywhere.
I mean, they know their future hinges on Aaron Rodgers. They're not going to just say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Now, if something did happen and they did trade him, or Aaron did say, fuck you, I'm not playing.
I mean, there's no...
that changes the story a lot. But I don't think that's going to happen.
There's only... If they're going to trade him, it's going to happen like June 1st at midnight. You know what I mean? As soon as the money, the dead money comes off a little bit, mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen. We're going to see by June 1st who's going to be the quarterback of this team. Because if it's going to happen that day, at that time, what's going on right then.
I'm not sure of that.
I think this will drag on. This will be an unknown. We'll go into mini camps talking about this. We'll go into preseason talking about this. Because I could very well see a path where Aaron Rodgers just makes him sweat.
Yeah.
And just keeps him hanging on. Until, what, a week before the season starts? 2 weeks before the season starts?
I don't think Aaron's going to do anything. Aaron has no leverage. Oh, I won't play. Okay, prove it. Mm-hmm. And everything they've done.
But when he doesn't show up to camp, that'll be a sign.
We don't expect him to show up to camp. Do you expect him to show up to camp?
No.
I don't. I expect him to show up 3 weeks before the season starts.
He's not.
When he figures out his leverage is bullshit and they don't have to do anything with it.
If he's going to play, he's definitely not going to be at OTAs. He's not going to be at. He's not going to play a preseason game. He's not going to. He's going to show up week 1 and be like, "Hey, I'm Aaron Rodgers. Let's go."
You know one thing that we did here that doesn't make a whole lot of sense?
Yeah.
What's that?
We did this so out of order that I don't know what teams we've done and which ones we haven't.
I got an idea. Let's go. We've done the East.
We've done the AFC East.
We've done the AFC North.
We've done the AFC North.
We have not done the Indianapolis Colts. Let's do the South. We haven't done any of that yet.
Mm-hmm. Any of the AFC South?
No, we haven't done Jacksonville, Houston. We just went over Houston saying that they're going to lose a lot. We have to do Jacksonville.
We ain't got to do Houston because we already did Houston because our specific. Remember that one? They got 2 winnable games.
We didn't pull them up there. We didn't pull it up. We just said they're not going to.
Because he couldn't find one.
Because
the Houston Texans media people went, everybody knows we suck.
Let's do the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's going to be the same thing.
It's fun.
They're going to win 1 to 4 games. I'm going to go.
1 to 4.
I'm going to go ahead and say that right away. Right? I mean, am I lying?
2. I got them at 2. But let's see how the schedule shakes up here for them. So, week 1, they got the Houston Texans. Win. Trevor Lawrence starts off still undefeated in the regular season in both college and the pros. Then shit's going to change after that. Week 2, they got the Denver Broncos. Then they get the Arizona Cardinals. Both of those games are at home. Okay. Cincinnati Bengals after that could be a game that they could win.
Frozen up, so
however, they're on the road. And that could be a winnable game for the Cincinnati Bengals. Then they got the Titans and the Miami Dolphins at home back-to-back, weeks 5 and 6. Those are both losses. Then they go to the Seattle Seahawks, loss. Buffalo Bills,
loss.
Indianapolis Colts,
loss.
San Francisco 49ers,
loss.
That's exactly right. Then they got the Falcons at home.
They could win that game.
Maybe.
They could win that game. There you go. I don't think they will, but they could win that game.
Okay.
I think they're going to beat the Houston Texans twice. Yeah. And that's about what you got.
Yeah. Back-to-back on the road against the Rams and the Titans. Then they got the Texans at home. Then they go to the Jets, to the New England Patriots, and then at home against the Colts.
Week 2, they go and they play the Denver Broncos with Tim Tebow as their tight end.
A revenge game narrative. Good God Almighty. Yeah, not good.
No.
Jacksonville Jaguars 2-15. They end up with the 3rd pick in the draft.
We got a new guy in the comments, Robert Johnson, who I've never seen before. What's up, Robert? How you doing, man?
Did he sell his soul to the devil so he could play guitar?
So he can what?
So he could play guitar? Robert Johnson? You know the Robert Johnson story? The blues musician from, wow.
Yeah.
Go.
Anyways,
music history.
so I'm going to talk to
Wow.
him. He said, what do you think of Fitzpatrick finally getting a playoff appearance in his win this year?
I almost don't see a way it doesn't happen.
Yeah. They're gonna win a game.
They're better than the Giants. Mm-hmm. They're better than the Eagles by a lot.
Yes.
Them and the Cowboys, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm getting real tired of getting bit in the ass by the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I said the Cowboys were going to the Super Bowl last year. How'd that work out for them?
Didn't work out.
Yeah, it doesn't always work out for a ninja.
No,
and by God, I'm not going to friggin' do it again. So yeah, I look at Washington as it's entirely likely that you're going to wind up with a home playoff game this year. Mm-hmm. Against what probably will be the 2nd best team out of the NFC West.
Yeah.
Because I would say they're probably the worst record of the teams that win divisions.
Okay.
Unless the NFC West just completely pirates each other.
So
which is possible.
Like either LA or Arizona or San Francisco, one of those 3 teams, and that's going to be a tough matchup for any one of them.
Them in San Francisco will be a slugfest, but by then Jimmy Garoppolo could be broken half, and you're going against Trey Lance.
Yeah, and that's the difference.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's an entire chance that Fitzpatrick finally gets his playoff appearance and finally gets his playoff win.
I think Fitzpatrick needs to. I think Ron needs to reel in Fitzpatrick and say, listen,
that's gonna happen.
We need you to not be the gunslinger that you've been in the past. I need you to be. We've got the guys here. I need you to make the right. Because let's be clear here, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a very smart quarterback.
And went to Harvard.
I mean, he's very, very smart.
One of the highest Wonder League scorers of all time.
The misconception about Fitzpatrick is he's played on such bad teams. He's had to do things like be the gunslinger because they were so bad to make things happen.
Yeah, I'll tell you, as a guy that was a fan of a team that he was the quarterback of for a long time, that's who he is.
Yeah. And so if he can reel him in and say, hey, I don't need you to be that crazy gunslinger. I need you to make the right read. I need you to make the right move and be more of a game manager and then take the shots when you have them. Mm-hmm. Because they got some weapons. Let's be clear. Washington is not just a defensive team, which we talk about. They have some weapons. If he can hone it in, there's going to be a really good chance this team's going to do a lot of damage.
Indeed. All right, so we didn't do the Titans?
We haven't done like anybody other than the Jack. We got to do the Colts and the Titans.
Tank had to take a pee-pee.
Yeah, he go pee-pee. We'll do Titans?
Yeah, let's do the Titans.
Titans are going to be they're a weird team.
100%
They're such a weird team because they could be really, really good, and also with Arthur Smith leaving the helm and going to Atlanta, I'm not sure what are we going to see from them. Okay, here we go. So they start off
Cardinals.
Loss. And that's at home.
It's a loss.
It's at home.
Don't care.
Seattle on the road win.
Yep.
Colts at home.
I'll say win.
Jets on the road.
Win.
Jaguars at home.
Win.
Already Jets on the road. I'm sorry, Jaguars on the road. Doesn't matter.
I don't care where it is.
Buffalo
Just tell me the team.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Loss.
Kansas City.
Loss.
Indianapolis.
Loss. That one's on the road.
LA.
They're going to lose one of those two.
LA.
I'll
Rams.
say loss.
So now, then you have the Saints, the Texans, and the Patriots.
3 wins.
Bye week. Jaguars.
Win.
Pittsburgh.
By then, that's probably a win.
And then you have San Francisco, Miami, and the Texans.
They'll win 2 of those 3.
Yeah.
The Texans are certainly one of them. I think they'll win one of either the Dolphins or the 49ers.
They actually have a pretty... The beginning of their schedule is good. They do have a rough stretch of... The beginning of the schedule is good. They got Arizona, Seattle, Indianapolis, Jets, and Jaguars. They should get out of that with a 3-2 record. Then they go Buffalo, Kansas City, Indianapolis, Rams. That could be 4 losses in a row.
Could be.
Then they have the Saints, the Texans, the Patriots, the Jaguars, and with a bad week, and the Steelers. 5 probably wins in a row. Mm-hmm. And then you win 2 of the 3 to win enough. So you're looking at about a 10 or 11 win team. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's where they are. Mm-hmm. The problem is we're going to find out what Arthur Smith meant to this team.
Uh-huh. And I think it's going to be a lot.
And also, they didn't stop a nosebleed last year. And if they're having some deficiency on offense because Arthur Smith's not there, could this be a team that we can see that it's going to either be 5-12 or 10-7, 11-6?
I don't see much of a path for them to be bad.
Their defense is that bad. And if Arthur Smith was meant that much to this team, if we're going with that narrative,
the defense is going to be better than it was. They've added too many pieces for it not to be.
Yeah.
However, they do have one great big problem. You want to know what that problem is? Bam! It's right there. Because yeah, Seattle win. The Rams, they'll probably lose that. They're going to split with the Titans. I'll say that one's at Tennessee, so we'll say they're 1-2. I would say they beat the Dolphins, lose to the Ravens, beat the Texans, lose to the 49ers. I could say, Pat, they beat the Titans twice, and I'm really wanting to not say it, but damn, I think it's exactly what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Then this is where it turns. Jets, Jaguars, Bills and Bucks, Texans, Patriots, Cardinals, Raiders, Jaguars. There are not a lot of losses on the backside of the schedule.
And dude, the signing of Eric Fisher was a freaking huge signing for this team.
It helped. I don't think he's as good as everybody else does. I think he gets a lot of notoriety because he's an offensive lineman that was a number 1 pick. What people don't seem to realize is he was the number 1 pick in the worst draft ever. In any sport ever. The MLS draft in 1998 was better than the 2013 NFL draft. It was the second draft I ever covered, and it's a billion wonders that I'm not, delivering mail right now.
Yeah, because it was like, hey.
It's like, hey, this sucks. There's no good players in this.
For a living. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God, there are no good players in this. Is this what the draft is every year? We just draft shitty players and see what happens? Wish it the best of luck.
It shapes up to be another hell of a race for the 2 teams down at the end of the season between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
It's going to be the same thing. I think we're going to see something very similar to what we saw last year.
The problem is going to be keeping pace. The problem is going to be Tennessee keeping pace with Indianapolis because if they're tied in the standings, they're down to the last 5 weeks of the season. Indianapolis is going to run away with a division. That's how I see it.
I would agree.
And that's exactly how I thought about it coming into the schedule release, was that they're going to be real close in the standings with each other. But I think Indianapolis is the better team.
Here's something interesting. I'm just looking at their Twitter feed. So, including this season's schedules, the Colts have had 15 primetime games over 6 years. 3 of them have been at home.
Yeah.
That's it says Jim Irsay is not happy, and he is pissed with Roger Goodell.
Sure he is. Roger Goodell has absolutely nothing to do with the schedule.
Yeah. Well,
Roger Goodell does not do the schedule.
I'm reading a tweet.
No,
here.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm responding to the unnamed tweeter.
Yeah, unnamed tweeter. His name is Zach Kiefer.
Well, Zach Kiefer, you need to learn how the schedule's done, because Roger Goodell does not sit down with his abacus and figure out who's playing who. You know what Roger Goodell does? With the 15th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, God almighty, I want a gin and tonic so bad.
And then
The Minnesota Vikings select who gives a shit.
And then he goes home and goes,
and then he just counts money. then he jumps into a pile of coins like Scrooge McDuck.
Uh-huh.
All right, we have not done the NFC South yet.
Okay. Yeah, we have it. We actually, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we put the Panthers up first.
We did put the Panthers
But let's
up
go
first.
back and start with the Carolina Panthers. Because we have, that was,
We've done Carolina.
We did the
We
Carolina.
did Carolina number 1.
Oof, that was, my brain just farted.
Yeah. You basically just went, hey, who was the first pick in the draft? It was it was a blonde-haired kid.
I have no
It was
idea.
that surfer-looking kid that kind of looked like a girl.
So, do you wanna
Trevor.
Let's go the Saints.
Do you want to go this? Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Let's do the Saints. We'll get them out of the way.
Somebody have a list of the teams we've done and haven't done?
I have an idea. I just know I just messed up right there.
The guy that just said, did we do the first team that we did?
Shut up.
Why do I feel like this video is going to take 11 hours?
Yeah, I'm following along here. We've completely done the AFC East. We've done the AFC North. We've done the AFC South. The only thing remaining is the AFC West. We've already done the Kansas City Chiefs. We still have to do the Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos.
Go, Chargers, go!
We did the Broncos
the Broncos?
specifically because we talked about them with the Lions.
Yeah, we talked about
that's
I feel like this is why we're going in circles, is because I'm the only one that remembers. We did that one because I yelled at you over that.
You did. I forgot about that. Excuse me. We have done the North and the East in the NFC. So we're down to the South. We've done the Panthers. We did them first.
Yeah.
So let's do the Saints.
Okay.
And then we'll do the Falcons and the Bucs.
I have to respond to Roy. Roy said, missed you guys all day. I'm going to be honest with you, Roy. We love you. And of all days for you to have missed us,
Good job.
today was the day.
Good job.
Because I have said some less than ideal things about your Jaguars.
Yep.
However,
but we
the
prefaced
second
that.
part, we prefaced that. We prefaced it with hashtag we love you, Roy, every time. Every time I lost my shit about your team, I prefaced it with hashtag we love Roy. And Tank did the same. The other thing he said was, do you guys ever sleep? No. The answer to that is no. We don't sleep.
No.
I have to be back here at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
I got to be feeling I'll be waking up to Jerry walking in the door because I ain't driving nowhere.
He's going nowhere. The good thing is we do have some decent accommodations in the studio. See, here's what a lot of people don't know if they've never seen our studio. There's actually 2 businesses in this building. More people sleep in this building than have slept in my house in the last year.
Yeah.
Like on a regular basis, I could walk in here and there'd be 2 people just at 7 in the morning.
We have a bathroom, just so people know. We do have a bathroom.
We need a shower.
Yeah, shower would be...
A shower and maybe a little kitchenette.
Would be ideal.
Just a range, something that you could maybe boil some water on.
Yeah.
Make a light, nice soup. Something of that nature. Maybe something that I could heat up a sandwich, melt some cheese.
Yeah, a grilled cheese and some tomato soup, dude. We'd be fucking
A
raw.
hot plate. We need a hot plate.
Why do we not have a hot plate?
Yeah.
We need a hot plate.
Why do we not have a hot plate?
That's what we need. That's a fucking
right.
Guys and Rose
Look, I have the answer
and
to
a
that.
sandwich maker.
I can answer that one too because the answers are the same. And I need you to answer these questions honestly. What does a hot plate do?
Get hot.
Get hot.
Yeah.
How many beers have you had?
Several.
There it is. Hot plates burn houses down all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now it's clicking. It's starting to click.
Yeah, you see how it didn't click? My fear is that's what would happen to the curtains when that hot plate got heated up.
Or do you not store the paper towels next to the hot plate?
no.
Oh, well, at least he got that one right. I was expecting a different answer.
David Evan Nelson said, add in a mini bar. There's already one of those.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice, and it's getting ready to get nicer.
Oh.
I am moving to 2 minutes away from the studio. Anybody care to guess why? Because I'm tired of driving across one of the biggest cities I've ever been in my life at now.
Yeah.
What'd you look at me like that for?
Because Asheville's not that big of a city.
Yeah.
Mile-wise? In terms of from my house to here?
Well, that's because you don't live in. You live in.
Yeah, you spend
Swananoa.
several-
Oh yeah, I live in Timbuk fucking too. But we're on one side of the city to the other.
Yeah.
I got news for you. I lived in a city within an hour of here. I could be from tip to tip of the city in 7 minutes.
Okay.
And it has more people than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of range.
Range.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pretty vast city.
Sprawling, they call that.
Yes.
The New Orleans Saints start out the season with the Green Bay Packers
Loss.
at home. Loss.
Yeah.
They go to the Carolina Panthers
Loss.
in week 2. Loss. They go to the Patriots in week 3. Loss. The New York Giants is a loss.
Yeah.
At the football team. Loss. At the Seattle Seahawks after the bye week on October 25th.
Oh, God.
That's a loss. They play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Halloween at home. Loss. They got the Atlanta Falcons at home on November 7th.
Probably a win.
Yeah, could be a win.
So you're talking
man,
that's their first win of the season? Did we just say that? Is that what their first win of the season is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I just state for the record that the only graphic I can find for the Saints was done in Comic Sans? I think they did this on Microsoft Paint, so apologies. Apparently, Saints fans have already started drinking and gave up on building graphics.
At the Tennessee Titans.
Lost.
Yep. At the Philadelphia Eagles.
Win.
Could be a win. Buffalo Bills.
Lost.
Dallas Cowboys.
Loss.
Both those games at home. Then they're at the Jets.
Lost.
Then they're at the Bucks.
Lost.
Then they play Miami.
Lost.
Then they play Carolina.
Loss.
And then they are at the Falcons.
Possible win. They're going to win possibly 3 to 5 games this year.
Yep.
3 to
That's
5.
it.
I said on the ESPN radio show today they're one of the 6 worst teams in the NFL, and I don't see any way it doesn't happen.
Yep.
Watch out for that game on October 31st. I'm just telling you.
Ooh, it's
For some goddamn reason, we cannot go through a season without having troubles with the New Orleans.
the revenge game for
It
Jameis
does not- it
Winston
does
on
not.
Halloween.
Exactly.
He's going to be eating dubs like a mofo.
He's going to be deep-throating these
Yeah.
shits.
I could have gone the rest of my life without ever seeing that.
Yep.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep.
That is
No,
what happens.
I
That is
can-
what happens when you decide you buy a camcorder, you want to film porn, and you had $200 and you spent $197 of it on the camcorder.
Yep.
We now have 3 minutes to pay and feed the talent.
I can completely see a path to where the New Orleans Saints win 4 games, and one of their wins is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Halloween.
I can't unsee what I just saw. That's the only thing I can say.
I can't believe what I just saw.
I didn't need a reason to finish that beer, but I'm really glad you gave me one.
Yep.
Yeesh.
Yeesh. It's real bad. So, where are we at now?
Tampa Bay
Christ,
Buccaneers.
I should've fucking
God,
known
please
that.
tell me this is the last team.
Fire the fucking cannons.
God almighty.
Fire them cannons, by God. Put them
You know,
powder in it.
if you've ever doubted how much we love you, the listener, we may end up doing more time on the schedule release than we did the first round of the draft. Because we're trending in that direction. Especially if nobody's keeping a list of the teams we've done.
We're chipping away. We're getting there. We've only got
God for
a
sake, he
division
always
and a
keeps
half
together.
left.
We've only got a division and a half left?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
We're almost home.
go.
We're almost home, buddy. The
All right,
defending.
I'm going to let you two discuss the fire those cannons, by golly.
Put some more powder in those cannons.
The reigning and defending Super Bowl champions open up the season at home on Thursday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. Win. Then you got the Atlanta Falcons.
No.
What?
It's going to be the first time I've ever going to say this. No, I can't do it.
No.
Can't do it. I tried earlier. I can't. Buccaneers beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, back-to-back home games to start the season. They got the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. Those are both wins.
Yep.
Then you got to go on the road to the LA Rams in week 3.
Loss.
Yes, I agree. Then you go, or I guess I should say, Tom Brady goes back to Foxborough.
And just spanks the
smokes
shit
them
out of them. And God bless you for making that the Sunday night game. It's going to be amazing.
Right. Sunday night, October the 3rd, Tom Brady will get the better of Bill Belichick.
Oh, God, it's going to be so bad, and I'm all in for it because, God, do I hate Bill Belichick. I've been saying for 100 years that Tom Brady is the reason they won so many championships and not Bill Belichick.
Miami Dolphins at home on October the 10th.
That's going to be a tough game.
It'll be a tough game. I agree with that. I think it's a win, though.
Yeah.
Then you got 3 games in a row where you just do a little stroll through the teams here. You got Philadelphia, Chicago, and the New Orleans Saints.
And then a bye.
Then you get the bye week.
Yeah.
Rest up a little bit.
So
then you
Tommy
come back.
can rest a little bit his old bones.
Yep. Then you come back and you got to hit it hard.
And then the Washington Redskins are going to destroy them. Here is why.
Stop that.
Here is why. The NFL playoffs last year. Mm-hmm. Who was quarterbacking the Washington Redskins?
That Heineken.
Tyler
guy.
Heineken. They probably should have won that game.
Could have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did the Washington Redskins upgrade their offense and their defense this year?
Yes, they did.
Does Tampa Bay have the same exact team they had last year?
Yes, they did.
So who would that give the advantage to?
Are you trying to say this would give the advantage to the Washington football team?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay.
The Washington's going to beat them.
Okay, I'll take a second losable game on this schedule.
Yep.
We're through 10 weeks, 8-2.
Yep.
I'll settle.
There you go.
we got the Giants
They're going
at home.
Oh, that's a Monday Night Football game.
Of course it is.
Oh.
And it's going to be the same result as last year.
Where we almost win.
Exactly.
God damn it.
Exactly. Then you got the Colts on the road. That's a tough one.
That's
that
a
could be a loss. Then you got the Falcons on the road.
Win.
The Buffalo Bills
Loss.
at home. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
It's going to be tough.
It's a losable game.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. This is why they were one of the teams that I was counting like losable games. I've got to find losses somewhere because no one's going 17-0.
Not a chance.
And this, 45-year-old quarterback is not going to lead his team to a 16-1 record. I don't foresee it happening.
it's fucking tough.
Of course it is, but
I
you got to find the losable games in here, and the losable games are the Rams, the Washington football team, the Colts, and the Bills. And then after that, you've got the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers on the day after Christmas in Charlotte. Then you go to New York on January the 2nd.
Oh my God! I can't wait for that game here in this studio.
And then
January 2nd, the day after New Year's Day. At 1 o'clock on Fox.
And then,
the New York Jets versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And then you are home.
To win more.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait. Can't wait.
And then you're home for the last week of the season against the Carolina Panthers. So, I mean, worst case scenario, it's 12-5. And that's worst case scenario. Probably lost one you didn't mean to.
I agree with that 100%. That's absolute worst case scenario.
Right.
And that makes me want to shoot myself in the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this is definitely going to be the champions of the division.
Okay.
And it's not even really going to be close.
Moving on. Where are we at? Hold us together, Tank.
All right, moving on. Let's finish out the AFC.
Okay.
We'll finish out the AFC West. We've got the Chargers and the Raiders.
Oh, we got to do the Chargers. Have we not done the Chargers yet?
Mm-hmm.
Go, Chargers, go!
He's going to bust the ribbon in that microphone.
Nope.
I literally think the two teams that we're most excited about are the Giants and the Chargers. One team Brian loves, one he couldn't give a shit about.
The Chargers start out their season
Okay.
with the Washington football team, obviously.
Well, that's going to be a loss.
That's going to be a loss.
Yeah.
They are going to be away for that game. So, okay, I'm on your side on that one. Then they are home with the Dallas Cowboys.
Win.
And then they have the third game of the season against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Home or away.
That's a hell of a 3-game stretch. They are away for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Loss.
In week 3. So you think they're 1-2 at this point?
Yep.
Okay. And then you got the Raiders.
Win.
And then the Cleveland Browns.
Oof.
At home.
At home?
Mm-hmm. Back to back.
Loss.
And then you go on the road to the Baltimore Ravens.
Loss.
Home with the New England Patriots.
Win.
At the Philadelphia Eagles.
Win.
Back-to-back home games against the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Win.
The win, one of the two.
Then back-to-back road games at the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Win.
Then you got the Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs at home, back-to-back.
They'll lose to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. At the Texans, win. Home with the Broncos, win. At the Raiders, win.
My God, this is the most unbalanced schedule I've ever seen in my life. They could start 0-6 and lose one more game. That's a legitimate possibility. They could start 0-6 and finish 10-7.
They're going to be between that 9-8 and 11-6 is where I'm going.
Go Chargers, go!
He just loves it so much.
Oh,
I see 11 wins for the Chargers.
I will say 9-8.
Okay.
They're going to lose a game that they shouldn't because Staley's a young coach. Herbert's still a young quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I like the team, but just
God, I really like the team.
I do too. I like this team a lot, but they're going to lose a game that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Point blank.
They're not going to take that step when they're where they were last year when they're in a lot of games. It's not going to be the first year coach comes in and they say automatically, oh, we're going to win all those close games. It's not going to happen.
No, but I don't think it's unreasonable to think that you could win the majority of those games.
I mean, you do get Bosa and Derwin James, but Derwin James is a huge, huge factor of this team. Without him, they seem to be just completely lost defensively without him.
Yep.
They upgraded the offensive line. They did a fantastic job in the draft. I just like this team. And, I mean, let's be clear here. But 10 wins always sounded like playoffs to me. But then, Miami wins 10 games last year and they don't make the playoffs. Now we add an extra game. So 10-7 is kind of almost like that new 9-7, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, so it almost seems like, am I wrong here saying that you almost feel like you need to win 11 games to make the playoffs
10.
now?
I'll say 10.
You'll say 10?
I think you need to win 10 games to feel good about making the playoffs.
Okay. So this could be a playoff team.
Absolutely.
They 100% could be.
Okay.
I don't believe they will be, but I think they could be.
Yeah. I'm looking at 10-7. You're thinking probably 9-8.
They're going to lose a game that they shouldn't.
8-9.
They'll lose a game they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Young team. That's what young teams do. It's what young coaches do.
Yep. 8-9, 9-8, 10-7. They're going to end up in that range right there.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Here's where Brian and I are going to disagree aggressively. All right, let's play the fun game.
Here we go.
Tank, read them off.
All right. We are at home against the Baltimore Ravens to start.
Loss.
At the Steelers.
Loss.
Home to the Miami Dolphins.
Loss.
At the Chargers.
Loss.
Then you got the Chicago Bears.
Here's where it turns.
Win.
The Denver Broncos
Win.
on the road.
On the road?
On the road.
Win.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Win.
At the Giants after the bye week.
Loss.
Win.
In week 9.
After a bye week.
He's automatic loss. Kansas City Chiefs.
Loss.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Win.
At the Cowboys.
Loss.
Washington football team.
Loss.
At the Kansas City Chiefs.
Loss.
At the Browns.
Loss.
Denver Broncos.
Win.
At the Colts.
Loss.
Home to the Chargers.
Win.
They're losing 12 games. They're going to be 5-12 this year.
You do realize that he had 6 wins, right? Mm-hmm.
Did I?
Just make sure. Mm-hmm. Brian's been telling me for weeks that the Raiders are going to be one of the 5 worst teams in the league. As soon as I saw this schedule, I counted it off and went, I can name 5 off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap.
100%. I can name 5 teams off the top of my head.
They're still going to be pretty bad. 5 or 6 wins sucks.
That
sucks real bad. They're a terrible team. When you are 5-12 or 6-11, you suck. You're terrible. You shouldn't have played football. Well, that's a little too far.
What was the Giants' record last year?
Shut up. Shut up.
Just disband the franchise. Just screw it all.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Shut your dirty mouth.
The Raiders are going to be absolutely horrible. One of the top 5 worst teams. They're going to be in that range of. There's going to be a lot of teams that are from 5 to 10 that are going to be really bad between one game. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the Raiders are going to be in that group. They suck. They're going to be terrible. They got rid of their entire offensive line. Derek Carr is a decent quarterback, but Mayock is drafted terrible, and he's going to. God, they're going to be really bad. I don't like the team.
Drafted terrible.
Yeah. Do you think that Alex Leatherwood was the number 17 pick in the draft was a good pick?
I think it's fine.
I think it's fine. The draft guy thinks it's fine. So.
Yeah, I usually tend to agree with you. I'm going to disagree for the square on this one.
Because you just hate the Raiders so much.
No, I don't hate the Raiders this much.
Yes, he does.
I just don't understand how you take a team that lost. How many games did they lose at the end of the season? 4 of the last 5?
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of their entire offensive line. And then they didn't draft. They drafted Alex, which was a reach. Was a reach at number 17. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. A reach. And then you drafted 47 safeties after that. 47.
2 of them are linebackers.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Divine Satan's is a.
This whole idea of I'm drafting 75 safeties and some of them are going to be linebackers. I'm gonna wait to have to see what happens.
Well, they announced Divine Diablo as a linebacker.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard through that whole damn thing.
Just constantly. Just vitriol all over the place.
Because they're not going to be good. I'm sorry. They're going to be, yes, okay, top 5 worst teams in the league, maybe not. Mm-hmm. But are they going to be a game or 2 away from being one of the top 5 worst teams? Absolutely. They're going to be one of the 10 worst teams in the entire NFL this year. Mark it down. We'll come back here a year from later, and you guys can say, Brian, you were wrong. Or I can say, yay!
At the buzzer.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
And maybe it's my newfound love for the Go Chargers, go!
He's going to be wearing a fucking bolt. He's going to be wearing a bolt-up shirt before the season's over.
Yeah, I have.
By the way, I need to state this for the record for those of you that have hung with us. First of all, God bless your hearts.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
Seriously.
Second of all, I hope you, the handy humans, bring your work boots tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I came up with an idea while we've been sitting here talking, and it's going to involve me doing a lot of the conceptual things, and somebody that knows how to use, I don't know, a hammer or a drill or a, what's the thing where you hit the button and it goes,
I have no idea what that is. A saw?
A Dremel?
No. Yes, it is a kind of saw, but it's not just a saw.
Like a chainsaw? Like a
no, that would be pulling a crank. Somebody fucking. What is the damn saw that you use to cut shit that it has a button and then the blade just goes and it cuts shit. In case you hadn't figured this out, I'm not the handy one on this show.
Is that a miter saw?
Why not?
That's a word. A miter.
A miter saw.
A miter saw. It might be a
miter saw her get naked one time, but I don't know if I did.
By the way, the more shit you talk about my inability to know what tools are, the more using of them you're going to have to do.
I miter saw her, you know what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. I guess you're not wrong on that one. Yeah, if it comes down to the two of us to do handy things. I trust
Number one,
myself more
George,
than I
good to
trust
have you.
That's
New
scary.
name in the comments.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. I don't think the Chargers are making the playoffs.
Number one, George. I'm a newfound Chargers fan, but Roy said a saw.
God, I love you, Roy. Is it a seesaw?
Yeah.
Is it a saw-saw?
Seesaw.
Is it a cha-cha?
Number one, George. Listen, Chargers can make the playoffs this year. They're going to take the next step. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a toss-up between them and the Miami
Because I know that
Dolphins.
the Giants probably aren't going to make the fucking playoffs, and I got to have a team.
By the way,
for it.
this would be a great time. Promos and shit, they always help. We will be putting out every team's schedule with all three of our picks over the next 2 days. We will also be doing a live stream tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock because our ESPN show has been preempted by the Atlanta Braves. One of a litany of reasons that I just love baseball so much. But we're just gonna have some. We're gonna have some good old fun times. We're gonna tell jokes and be crude, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like more fun to me than anything.
I'm looking forward to it aggressively.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Funny because I'm gonna be frank with you. I need some funny time.
We need. I need some fun time. Here's the thing. Let's throw out some comments, non-sports related topics to go over at 3 o'clock tomorrow. How about that?
Hit the button.
Hit the button. Non-sports, like, how about this? Top
Let the
5
hate flow
non-sports
through
related
you.
topics that we can do at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Non-sports related topics.
2 chicks at the same time.
Yeah,
I've wanted to say that on this show.
100%.
I have literally wanted to say that on this show for 3 damn years.
I mean, I feel like
I've always wanted to say it on the ESPN Radio show. I've never had a good opportunity present itself.
if you had $1 million, what would you do? 2 chicks at the same time. I feel like a guy with that kind of money can make that kind of thing happen.
For those of you that are not in on this joke, we have very few inside jokes. Tank handles our ESPN Radio show. He does all of the content because I do all the graphics on this show and camera things. And I'm a little more tech savvy. He's a little more,
Radio savvy.
well, he's more a human.
Yeah.
He can do things that most men can do, which I cannot. Every day at about 2:45, he looks at me and says, "What do you want to talk about today?" For 4 years now, it has never failed, not one time, that every time he asks me that, my first answer is
Two chicks at the same time.
2 chicks at the same time.
Absolutely.
It's either 2 chicks at the same time or, sports and stuff.
Yeah. And it's always 2 chicks at the same time first.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
And then if he asks me again, I'll go with, sports probably a good idea.
Things are starting to turn that way on the morning show at around 8:50.
100%.
Yep.
When we do our show, it's like
So now it's 100% became my favorite running joke. I'm going to find a way to get it on a shirt. I just have not figured out what it is yet.
oh my God, Roy.
I'm thinking it's the sportsocracy.com more fun than 2 chicks at the same time. Is it a lie?
No.
Is it funny? Will people wear it? I don't know.
All right, it's time to bring this train home. It's getting to be 10:25, and,
Christ and the crap.
and
Listen
Dad-
here,
and Daddy's getting
fuckhead.
sleepy.
You're
Look,
the one that's off tomorrow. I got to be back here at 7. So if you want, here's the world's smallest violin playing. My heart bleeds for you.
The NFC West, last division that we have to cover here.
Oh God.
So let's. What?
God damn, we haven't done a single one.
We've already done the Seattle Seahawks. We have already done one of these teams.
Yeah, because Jeremy said they're going to lose a whole
Real
mess of
bad.
games.
Real
Yes.
bad.
So let's go San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
How about that?
Oh God, I just saw Roy's comment and I want to say something so fucked
I
up.
know it's
I do. I want to say something fucked up. I'm not gonna, but I want to.
love you, Roy.
I love Roy and his thought-provoking questions.
Very good. Interesting.
Because really what that question has done is it's making me go, don't do it. Don't do it.
So we're going to the 49ers?
Yes, the San Francisco 49ers. Before you guys start talking about that, like I said, anything but that.
Here we go.
Obviously, it was the injuries that killed the 49ers last year.
Obviously,
They would have been.
And there was a lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else went wrong?
For the 49ers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Other than the fact that, I don't know, 60% of their defense died in like week 4.
Yeah. I mean,
they didn't have a healthy running back for 75% of the season.
And these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up, breakdown. Sorry. People get injured. Mm-hmm. Your whole team didn't get injured every freaking week. I'm sorry to hear that excuse.
Yeah, they did. Actually, the 49ers
literally had 26 guys on IR.
I don't care.
He doesn't care. You don't care that a team that went to the Super Bowl just 2 years ago
Philadelphia won a Super Bowl a couple years ago, too.
Yeah, that's a completely different story.
Is it?
Is the quarterback that took them to that Super Bowl still on the roster?
No, they got rid of him.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And this is why the story's different.
Exactly.
The more you know.
Keep going.
San Francisco 49ers start out the season at the Detroit Lions.
Win.
Then they are... Oh, fuck, it goes down again. God damn it. It almost caught me because I was like, how the hell are they playing back-to-back weeks against the Arizona Cardinals? So they go Lions.
Win.
Eagles.
Win.
Packers.
Loss.
Is it in Green Bay or is it in San Francisco?
It
doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No.
That's in San Francisco.
Win.
That's at home.
Win.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Then they got Seattle at home.
Win.
Then they are at the Cardinals.
Loss.
That's a win. It's a win.
No, it's not.
I must say loss.
It's a loss.
I must say loss to hedge my bets on Green Bay.
The win.
They're 4-1 going into the bye.
Home versus Arizona.
They're 4-1 going into the bye. I think we can universally agree they're 4-1 going into the bye.
Yes. All right, coming out of the bye, then they have the Colts.
At home, win. Mm-hmm. And it's on Sunday Night Football.
Yep. At the Chicago Bears.
Win.
Another win. Mm-hmm. Then they are at home against the Cardinals.
I'm going to say win.
Mm-hmm. Then they are at home against the Rams.
I'm going to say loss. That's on Monday Night Football.
Okay. At the Jaguars.
Win.
Vikings.
Win.
Oh, God.
At the Seahawks.
Win.
At the Bengals.
Oh, God.
Atlanta Falcons.
Win.
At the Tennessee Titans.
Loss.
Home to the Houston Texans.
Doesn't matter. Win.
They are at the
That's
LA
a lot
Rams.
of wins.
Loss. 12-5 at worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 12-5 at worst. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest with you, I don't care if that's Trey Lance. I don't care if it's Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't care if it's C.J. Beathard. Mm-hmm. I don't care. That's how good this team is. They are going to be a double-digit win team, and they are going to be a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dynamite drop in there, Marty.
Yeah. That's.
Oh, I gotta answer something. Number one, George said something in the comments that I have to comment. Okay. He said, "I'll tell you what's hypocritical: a guy being a coordinator in 4 Super Bowls like Matt Patricia, and the media saying says he's unqualified. Yet Brandon Staley's okay. Let me tell you the difference. Here's what rubbed people the wrong way about Matt Patricia: players fucking hated him. I mean, universally, players hated him. There were almost mutinies in the Lions locker room, and he didn't know how to handle it. Matt Patricia's a weird guy. It's not that he's unqualified. He's very qualified in terms of football acumen. The problem is he has the people skills of a serial killer, and it's the reason he'll never get another job in the NFL. He'll never get another head coach job in the NFL ever. Mm-hmm. He needs to stay as close to Bill Belichick as he can, because that's another guy whose people skills are a little lacking. It's not unqualified. Anybody that says unqualified, they're full of shit. But there were issues with Matt Patricia. There will be books written about Matt Patricia, you mark my words. Mm-hmm. Might be from former players, might be from beat writers. Just so happens I'm pretty cozy with somebody in the Detroit market. I could tell you some stories about old Pat Patricia.
Pat Patricia.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's much of a chance, if this team is healthy, that they are not going to be in the playoffs next year.
I struggle to see how San Francisco doesn't make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. How about the Arizona Cardinals? The best team in the NFC.
Here we go.
Good Lord.
Are they going to have a better record than the San Francisco 49ers?
Absolutely not.
Not a chance in hell.
Maybe.
No.
But here we go.
Never know.
Don't think it's going to happen.
Never know.
Find out.
Might.
Let's
Might
find
do
out.
it.
Let's find out. Let's do it.
Well, they're opening up against the Tennessee Titans on the road. That's a loss to me.
I'm going to say win.
Okay. Agree to disagree. Then they got the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars back-to-back.
Win-win.
Yeah, one's at home, one's away. Then they have at the LA Rams.
That's
Loss.
going to be a loss.
Yeah, then they are at home against the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm going to say win. No, I changed my mind.
Okay.
All right.
I said they're going to win one or the other. I changed my mind on one and flipped it to the Cardinals.
Okay. Then they are at the Cleveland Browns. Loss. You got the Houston Texans.
Win.
Mm-hmm. And then the Green Bay Packers.
Loss.
Where is that game?
That is at home in the Big Barrel Cactus.
I'm going to take Arizona.
On a Thursday night.
I'm going to take Arizona on a short week.
Short week after they played Houston. Yeah, they're good. Actually, let me rephrase that. Okay.
Oh, you're taking that as a win?
Yeah, I'm going to take them Big Green Bay.
Okay, I'm taking that as a loss. And then they got the San Francisco 49ers on the road.
That one I will take a loss.
Yep. Panthers at home.
Win.
Seahawks on the road.
Win.
Bye week, then the Bears.
Win.
Then you got at home against the Rams.
I'm going to say win.
Football.
I'm going to say win.
Then you are on the road at the Lions.
Win.
Home to the Colts.
Loss.
God.
Loss.
It's in Arizona.
Yep.
Win.
No, loss. And then you got at the Dallas Cowboys.
Loss.
And home to the Seattle Seahawks.
Win. Yeah, I got them about the same boat as San Francisco.
Yeah, you do.
I do. I'll be honest with you.
So
I don't see
all three of these teams can't be 12-5 and 13 or 13.
Yeah,
Sure
they can. Yeah, they can.
Sure they can.
Because they only play each other combined, those teams only play each other 6 times. So, yeah, when you're playing a schedule that consists of the Vikings and the Jaguars, the Texans, the Panthers, the Seahawks, or the Seahawks are in the division, the Lions, the Bears.
Wait, I'm looking at. I'm sorry, I just got distracted by his win total for the fucking Los Angeles Rams.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
14-3
I'm not as
Let's
high.
go.
I'm not
Let's get to it and get this over because good Christ and a cracker almighty. Holy Moses.
I think you need some church, son.
Put some church in this church. Matt Stafford looks so weird in a Rams helmet.
Matt Stafford looks like he's 23 years old now.
That's the first time I've seen him in a Rams helmet, and it just looks bizarre as hell.
His face looks weird.
It looks weird, and I don't like it. I need him to do something about his face. Matt Stafford, I need you to do something about your face. It's very bizarre.
Grow a beard back or something.
I don't know what you need to do, but
strange.
I need you to do something about your face.
All right, so opening up the season, they are on Sunday Night Football against the Chicago Bears. It's an easy win.
Yep.
And then you got the Colts and the Bucks and the Cardinals all in a row. That's a pretty rough stretch.
I'm going to say they win one of the 3. They start slow. And that's solely me hedging my bets, and I'm not even going to try to hide that.
Or you're on the road against the Colts, and then you got the Bucks and the Cardinals at home.
And I think you're going to lose 2 of those 3. I really do. Learning Stafford, new offense, all the shit. I just think you're going to lose 2 of those 3.
Then you are away for the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants.
Win-win.
Home against the Lions.
Win.
At the Texans.
Win.
Home against the Titans.
Win.
At the San Francisco 49ers.
Win.
At the Green Bay Packers. November 28th in Lambeau. Loss.
That was a wool loss.
Home to the Jaguars, win. Away against the Cardinals, it's a win. Seahawks at home. On the road with the Minnesota Vikings, another win. You're at the Baltimore Ravens on January the 2nd.
Loss.
Yep, that's a 125 start.
Yeah, it's a loss.
Yep. And then you got the San Francisco 49ers at home to finish out the season. That's what it says. 125.
Yeah,
it's a 425. This is West Coast time.
That seems weird.
Yeah, this is West Coast time.
Yeah,
so it's a 4.
I was like, there's something about that.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, something's wrong there.
Yeah, so that's a 425 afternoon game. Yeah. So not as bad, but still West Coast coming east.
So
January
all three,
game in
so
Baltimore.
the Arizona Cardinals, the LA Rams, and the San Francisco 49ers are all going to go 12-5 or higher.
No,
I've got them all. I've got them all at 11-6 or higher.
Yeah.
They're all 11-6 or better, which is why I think the Seahawks are going to be markedly worse than people think.
Yeah, which is good for the Jets.
Which is very good for the Jets. It is very good for the Jets. Yeah, I don't see a path where the top three teams in the NFC West don't have more than 11 wins.
All three of them make the playoffs. I was just trying to be a bummer. But yes.
I see.
But yeah, all three of those teams are making the playoffs. Barring the only team that I could see that goes down is I could see if Kyler Murray gets hurt, Arizona doesn't make the playoffs. I could see a path where Los Angeles still makes the playoffs if Matt Stafford got hurt because their defense is really good. Still make the playoffs depending on when it happens.
I think the hype on Matthew Stafford's gone nuts. This is something we're going to talk about in the morning.
Okay.
The morning will be me, you, and Tommy.
Is Tommy joining us?
Yeah, it's me, you, and Tommy.
We got to send something to Tommy, let him know what we're talking about.
He knows he's watching right now.
Yeah, he's in
Hey,
the
Tommy!
one of the things I want to talk about is
Like he saw him in a bar somewhere. Hey, Tommy, I'm over here. You see me?
Hey!
I got a microphone, but I'm going to scream at you.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
I'm patting on you. I know.
What? We got like 5 minutes left. You need to open another one?
Yeah.
I do.
I do not. I'm good.
Okay.
I've already switched to energy drinks because, frankly, it's past my bedtime. But yeah, one of the things we're going to talk about tomorrow is overreactions, underreactions, just narratives. There are narratives in the NFL that I think are so stupid. This is going to be, and I don't know exactly what we're going to call this. We're going to call this something to the effect of narrative Thursday or some shit. Because there are things that are just being treated as gospel that is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of them is that Matthew Stafford somehow became a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and I don't get it. Not saying he's not an improvement over Goff. He 100% is. But this something we're going to talk about tomorrow. 9 a.m. live right here in the Sports Talk.
I don't know that anybody thinks he's a top 5 quarterback.
You'd be shocked.
Really?
Yeah, part of this is going to be I'm literally going to read text messages and not tell you who they came from. You want me to tell you who they all came from? Sources of mine.
Yeah.
They all work in the NFL. I mean, I'll give you a little teaser. There is somebody that works directly with an NFL team that thinks Matthew Stafford's going to win MVP. And you are out of your feckin' gourd. And I firmly believe that. Improvement over Goff, yes. MVP, I'm going to need you to put down the glass pipe.
I'm not going to lie. I could see a path.
I 100% could see a path.
If he throws for 4,500 yards and they're 14-3, I could see a path.
If he throws for 5,000 yards as the quarterback on a team that's 1 or 2 or 3.
If he throws for 5,000 yards, they're doing it wrong. Straight up.
Oh, they have your boy.
They have Cam Akers for one. And they don't play as fast as you think they do. He ain't throwing for 5,000 yards. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that in the morning.
Tomorrow morning in the Sportsocracy, like you said, it'll be these two guys and Tommy sitting in here. Also tomorrow we are going to be doing our a full show with each of the teams and their full schedules up on the screen, much better than we were able to do it on the fly tonight.
Are we doing just the entire NFL, or are we just doing AFC on tomorrow and then doing
both conferences will be out by Friday.
Yep.
So all 32 teams, no matter who you pull for, your team will be out by Friday afternoon.
We're gonna rock this shit.
Yep. And also join us, of course, right here in the Wicked Weed studio tomorrow afternoon around 3 o'clock. We're going to be doing a special live show where we'll talk about, non-football things. 2 chicks at the same time may come up. I don't know. We'll talk about the Carolina Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons as well. Any teams that you want us to deep dive on, we will also address all of that as well.
If you want to interject a topic or anything like that, feel free to send them to me at Greene ESPN or to the Sportsocracy page. at the Sportsocracy on Twitter, Facebook. You can literally find the two of us on any social media, short of OnlyFans.
Yep. Don't forget
If
to
you
hit
go
us
to
up
OnlyFans, mine is no dicks, just pics.
Don't forget to hit us up on all of the social medias as well. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Share it with your friends if you have not. Check out the Patreon page as well, patreon.com/thesportsocracy. It's very easy to find. We've got so many different levels that you can, join the Sportsocracy community here. Help us keep the lights on, help us keep the cameras rolling, and, also help us feed our children.
And you get a lot of stuff for yourself.
Yep.
That's the big thing. Helps us, helps you.
Look at that little sad plea. Feed our children.
Bingo.
Help us out. Patreon.com/thesportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. Brian Haynes as well. It's been fun hanging out with you for the NFL schedule release tonight, and we will see you tomorrow morning right here in the Wicked Weed studio.
Boom.